He's gonna talk about how he was right about the fucking game. This is
I had to call him out earlier.
We're recording right now.
Yeah.
I saw your tweet about it. He's like, I'm starting to believe Bryan Archilla. I'm not fucking crazy, Tay.
No, I'm starting to believe you now.
He does that shit all the time.
That's what I asked. Did he watch the show?
Yeah.
A text. Like, Jordan, did you watch the show?
Watch the show.
I'm not sure he caught on with that.
Every fucking time, dude. A game comes out bad. I fucking knew it was gonna be bad, dude.
I don't remember. That's what it was. Eye emojis. Yeah. I don't know. You gotta prove it to me.
The amount of validation that I got when you tweeted that, I was just like, oh, thank God.
I'm starting to see it now.
Thank fucking Christ.
I'll be on him.
Please get on his ass. Welcome back.
What?
No, I haven't saying shit. I haven't saying shit.
Anyway.
Yeah, you want to get the show started?
Guys, welcome back to another beautiful day, beautiful and laughing day of the podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're listening to this at night, morning, wherever, on the sun, in space. Oh, that reminds me, I've been reading an audiobook.
Yeah.
How you side top the intro?
I don't know. It's possible. We do side top everything in this
This
show.
is the quickest you've ever sidetracked an episode.
We
are
didn't
literally
start yet.
we're literally 10 seconds into the
I've
episode.
welcomed us in. That's fine. That's good enough. Anyway, if you guys want to keep up the show, you can catch us up on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok.
Every streaming service.
If you want to,
Yeah, pretty much every streaming service.
If you want to support the show, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast services. Leave a like, comment on Twitter or YouTube. And yeah.
Great intro.
Yeah, thanks.
That was actually a decent intro.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
I like every week when I write down the doc, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rewrite their intro this
and then
week.
you always forget.
And then I just never do it.
Yeah.
I've been needing. I want an AI to do it for me. I really want to. I want to see what it's gonna write. Like I want it to go through our data banks, through our stuff, and then just write something.
It's gonna write you a Mr. Beast YouTube intro.
Yeah, and I'll take it.
Don't
Mr.
know.
Beast's doing a lot better than us.
What's his intros?
I don't know.
I don't watch him at all.
Just like generic YouTube.
Beast Gang, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What? All right, what have you been up to, Bryan? You got a PS5, huh? Finally.
Yeah,
welcome.
Finally bit the bullet.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Now you're human. Now you're a human being.
I can actually see him now.
Oh, Jesus. I find him as an equal now. He was a lower subhuman before.
Those
on the
lower
feet.
species.
I can't stand
Lower
people
speech.
say, "Is it coming to PS5?" Bitch, get a PS5.
is it coming to PS4?
See,
Smells like broken here. That shit's aggravating. Like, come on, it's been 3-4 years now.
that is so
yeah,
funny.
Stop holding the games
See,
back.
I never,
Yes.
I didn't buy a PS5 until like right now, but I was never the guy that was upset when a game wasn't coming for PS4. Like I get it, it's the next generation. Let's just fucking move on.
You know what's crazy though? That you got a PS5 for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Why
no,
is that
no.
crazy?
That's like he went out of the way for because no one does like go. It's that crazy for a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Dude, I am a
Final
slut
Fantasy's
for a
huge
Final
pop-
Fantasy game.
Huge pop.
I mean, it's
I'm a
good.
fucking
But like
dirty-
God of War,
Dump it in
God of
altogether.
War
That's
got
loud.
out, man.
You better fucking move your mouth away from that microphone.
Hey man, I can move my mouth wherever I want. I please.
I'll fucking mute you right now.
Do it then.
You might
I
have to.
did. I did.
I'm just like you just like give us like cut him out. Just don't forget to unmute me.
Nah, you're good. Just keep you muted the whole episode. We don't need to.
Which button is it? This one? All right.
What you just do?
He's chewing.
What
We can still hear him, but he's unmuted. I finally bought a PS5, and I love it because of Final Fantasy 16. That's why I bought it. But I'm excited because I wanted to try Ratchet and Clank for the longest time. I'm playing that.
Oh, you got it when it's free, right?
I got the PS Plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm
bullshit.
saying. It's free now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, I love.
So I got that. That game is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that game to me is such a great launch title for like a PS5. Did it come out with the PS5?
A year later.
No.
A year later. It was fucking. It's
try
fucking
Astro Ball?
awesome. No, not yet.
You can watch my review on HeadKanon.
Hey, hell yeah.
Hey.
No, I haven't played Astro Ball yet. I'm playing Uncharted Legacy,
Lost
Lost Legacy.
Playing the remake one.
Playing the one for PS5.
Played it like 2 weeks ago. So
I'm excited for that, and I'm playing. What else am I playing? I'm playing Returnal. That's also free on the PS Plus.
God damn, PS Plus killing it.
Killing the game, dude.
First-party
I
games.
got some good shit.
Horizon Forbidden West is up there. I got to get to that soon.
I don't give
That's
a shit
crazy that you
about
didn't play that when it came out.
No.
But yeah, other than that, like I've been playing Zelda. Like I'm 2 temples deep, getting my ass beat.
Yeah, I haven't touched my PS5 since Zelda came
Boy,
out.
let me tell you
You've been
something.
getting cooked.
I got cooked, dude. I got demolished. I got mollywopped. So I like just was roaming on the reins with my little 4 hearts. Nothing. Didn't update any. I had shrines, but I just never went to go like get the hearts. So I'm just roaming around, and I'm like, oh, I just go to a point. I'm like, let me just find out what this little point means. So then I'm like, and I got sidetracked, and I was just like, went up a mountain, and now I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
You can leave.
Now I'm in the Wind Temple.
You can like transport to a different location, right?
I should have, but I was too far up at a location without having to do it all over again. And it's far.
Did you
up
not get a shrine in the temple?
No,
You get like a travel point.
You mean
at the temple.
he hasn't found a shrine yet or something?
it was like I didn't find a good waypoint.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
but there is a shrine up there. Don't get me wrong, but I was already too far deep to like. I'm gonna
go
like.
down,
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing that happened in.
You're like northwest of the map.
Yeah, I went north.
It's like the top left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where the Rito are.
Have you done the Wind Temple?
I did the Rito and the Zora.
I just finished Zora last night.
Yeah.
That's the only temple I did.
That's pretty
Well,
good.
let me tell you, when
I
I did-
started with the Zora temple and I was getting my shit pushed in.
doing the boss, and I was dying from the cold too. Like it didn't have enough like temperatures, and I forgot the recipe for like to cook 5 peppers for the heat thing.
Yeah.
So I was slowly, all right. So you have 4 hearts.
Yeah.
You're trying to fight that boss up there.
Yeah. That's cool
Dude,
as
it
shit.
was hard.
Did you not find the...
Well, it was just like
Wow,
you would
that
just,
was spot on,
I
dude.
kept getting like one-shotted so easily, and I'm like, this is so fucking difficult.
That's what was happening to me in the Zora temple. I was like getting one hit by the like that's in there.
Yeah, Jordan was about 2 weeks ago came out. You
Yeah.
said like it was hard. It is harder.
It's fucking hard.
It's like it's more things to worry about now. Or, I don't know
Even
what it
I
is,
have
but it
like
seems
6
harder.
hearts now or something, or 7 hearts.
7
And
right now.
like there's still places like I'll just wander into and just get like I'll fight a rock and it just one hit me and I'm like, damn,
Christ.
like what the like
I have 10 hearts now and I get 2 hit by most things now.
yeah. I'm like, Jesus.
So it's not a spoiler, but the Master Sword isn't 13 hearts or 15 hearts this time. It's
It's like stamina.
yeah, that's gonna like god damn because I want to. It makes the game easier. You get a Master Sword for like final boss or Ganon based bosses or whatever. So
What is the appeal for? I can't even remember what the pill is about the Master Sword. It doesn't break.
it breaks. It's just really really strong.
It just needs to recharge.
and against like Ganon like enemies, they're weaker against that power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it makes the game easier. So I want to work on that, but I stopped at the Zora. I finished that last night like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm so tired.
Yeah. My man was playing.
Yeah. Then I'm currently grinding for the Zonite shit. I'm trying to upgrade my battery level because I'm still on 1 battery,
Yeah, me too.
and that's a pain in the ass.
Have you guys been building? Like I haven't been building at all.
I've been building a lot of like I recently learned how to put together a hover bike. That's been pretty fun.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And I build a lot to like solve problems, but I just walk around Hyrule.
Yeah, me too. I made
just
a
like
warplane earlier.
I saw that on Twitter. That was really funny.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to play this like how I played Breath of the Wild, where it's like the first thing that you need to do is just unlock the entire map, keep going to those points,
That's what I've been kind of doing lately.
That's exactly what I'm
and
doing.
then I need to
now.
find a forest where I can just farm like pigs and wolves and stuff and get meat. Like that's like the first things I need to do is stock up on just a ton of food, and then I can make it through the rest of the game. But that's like basically I think what you should probably always do with
it's
like
hard to
these
get. You can get like portable cooking pans too,
Yeah, I have like a bunch of those.
but like a one-time only use too.
That's the bad thing about that Zonite stuff is like once you take it out of your inventory, man, you better be sure that what you're making.
A nitpick I wish is like I wish I can infuse using the menu.
Oh yeah,
I hate
Yeah.
dropping an item, grabbing a sword, use a fuse mechanic, and like get the fuse. I'd rather do it like while I'm in a menu.
Yeah.
Makes it more easier, but kind of probably defeats the purpose of like the motion.
Yeah,
controls
the
and
whole
that shit.
situation.
Yeah.
I
like
still
it a
hate
lot.
how this game's still using motion controls.
You can turn it off.
Oh, can you? I'm going to do that.
I swear I didn't know that.
I'm
You can go to
yeah.
the settings and be like use motion controls for aiming. You can turn it off.
Really?
Well, it's like
I have it
I'll
turned off.
aim with my sticks and then like I'll just move my controller like just like
Slightly.
slightly, and then I'm like, stop, Lee.
No. I got used to it. It's not that bad once you get used to it, but you can turn it off.
I still hate the Nintendo controls. I'm still pushing like
Everybody,
things.
everybody,
sometimes.
like a lot of people say that. I never run into that problem.
I'll get used to it
just
after a while,
Build different.
and then okay.
Hey, why the fuck is jump? What is top Nintendo?
Oh, it's X.
The X. That's
Like, why is that a jump button? Like, come on. Jump button should be for PlayStation. Like
Actually,
that.
it does make sense when I'm like, oh yeah, the button up here, you go up. it does make a little sense.
It's
I was like, I'll give them
Nintendo's
that.
the odd one out with everybody else.
Yeah.
They're wacky ass controller. I mean, do you remember the freaking the GameCube controller?
64.
What the hell?
GameCube's perfect.
I fucking love the game. The game controllers.
That's like shaking hands with an alien.
That was a heat
dude.
map controller.
Unless you're talking about 64 controller.
The
64
Nintendo 64 controller is also crazy. What is going on over there? They're
be
on
creative.
coke, dude.
Yeah, but the GameCube controller was like a heat map controller. It's like the button that you used the most was the biggest button. It was A.
Yeah.
And then like the button that you used the least, B. The GameCube controller is a perfect
Oh, they got
controller.
like ZL, ZR. What the fuck
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this?
Yeah, that's
Perfect controller.
ZL. Every time it shows up on Zelda, I'm like, which one is that? I literally almost like, is that the bumper or is that the bottom triggers?
I got Nintendo Online last night, and I'm like,
Why?
come on, play Link to the Past and Ocarina.
Yeah, they're
soon.
great games.
A lot of NES classics up there. Super Nintendo. I'm get onto that hard
Yeah.
too, by the way. But I was like, God, Nintendo's so far behind with online infrastructure. Like, no party chat, no chat, like messaging.
Yeah.
What is this? The
Well,
store
they
sucks.
have it, but it's so complex
Every
to
single
use.
digital store except for the PS5 store is fucking garbage.
Is it Xbox is tolerable too?
Xbox is a horrible game shop.
wouldn't
Nintendo has a horrible online store.
Xbox, I think they-
PS4 had a horrible online store.
PS3 had the worst one though.
Yeah, they were all bad. They're all bad. But PS5 is the only one that it doesn't like lag 600 years.
No,
You know
Right.
why? Because it was integrated
yeah.
when they launched it.
It's
They
part of
knew
the
that
SSD
was going to
thing.
be. They needed that
Thank
to be
God.
there.
Yeah.
I was
forgot
blown
about that.
away by the fact that the shop was actually really good because like shopping experience in Xbox sucks. In PC, it's like okay.
You know,
Everywhere
on
else is
PS4,
bad.
I never had a problem with the PS4 one.
It would
just
take fucking years.
Sometime it will lag.
Yeah, mine would lag constantly. Like I would like press a button to scroll down, and then it would take like maybe 3
5
seconds, and just
yeah.
fucking.
PS3 was like going to PS3 to PS5 and PS4. I mean, for the store was like
Yeah.
magic. Like
Yeah.
PS3 store was awful.
It was probably like just half shoot or because it wasn't really, like digital stuff wasn't really taking off like that back then. So it was probably just like half shoehorn in.
PSP store was bad too. It was kind of like PS3.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were figure at that time. I can like forgive it because the Xbox 360 one was kind of dog shit too.
I don't remember the marketplace.
Yeah,
Xbox.
it was like not great. None of them were great, but it's because we were figuring it out. But by
At the
PS4, fucking come on.
Yeah. Which I mean, it wasn't integrated then either, so they kind of like worked their way in through it. But like they knew what they were doing when they launched the PS5.
Yeah,
at least.
because it used to access like a web service or something like that. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Zelda's fun as fuck.
Yeah, dude, it
Every
is
time I
very
get
fun.
back on, I'm like, damn, this is a good ass game.
I think this is a game I'm actually going to keep playing for a long time because I've been taking my Switch to work, and I'm like, oh
can't
yeah,
do it.
this makes sense. Like I can just take this on the go with me.
This is a game I gotta like spend time alone.
Yeah, pay
Hours
for like 15 minutes.
No,
at a
it's
time,
I mean, like I find it kind of nice because like 15 minutes I can go find a shrine and start that and
15
do
minutes
it.
like 1 second in this game. This game is like robust as hell. Like,
But it's definitely a game that you would play for a long time.
How much time have you spent in the depths?
So-
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
the Switch finally updated my fucking time, so I played it for 20 hours so far.
Okay,
Check yours is 20 hours too.
Oh really? Thank you for keeping track of it. Do you know how much I have on Breath of the Wild? I know it's a lot.
Mine's 65 hours.
Mine's got, I think it's
Yours
over
got,
like I think 200 hours.
Either 250 or 150.
Yeah, it's a lot. I was like, geez.
literally
Byron-
fucking 100% of
Vyra got like 1,500. No, yeah, Vyra got 15 hours. In,
That's awesome.
Tears of the Kingdom.
God damn.
Yeah.
Already? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He just letting that thing run.
Probably just sitting there. You know, on Stray, there's a trophy where you got to sit it for an hour. for the
Yeah,
cat
you
to
take a
sleep.
little nap.
I took a nap too.
Yeah,
when I
I
did
took-
it.
yeah,
Woke
that's
up,
awesome.
trophy pop.
Fuck yeah.
My PS4 or my PS5 would turn off by then. It's just like, all right, he's
timer.
done.
Speaking of PlayStation,
Yeah. Let's get into the main topic today, shall we?
that's the time
Well,
for sure.
well. Look,
The cat.
go
dream.
ahead. Take a seat. Like
well.
PlayStation. Come on in. Take a
a
seat. Take a seat over here. We're gonna have a little chat. We're gonna talk about.
Especially you, Jim Ryan. Sit down.
Sit down. Sit your English bean eating for breakfast ass down.
Lying, Ryan.
Lying, you lying set now. Guys, the PlayStation showcase, 2 years in the waiting happened
Yeah,
Wednesday. Oh yeah, so all right, so Wednesday. Yeah, let me read what I wrote here. Jeez.
I made it.
Oh, you inspected me.
Yeah, I had to call him.
I know, he told
Stop
me
it.
He was doing the
Get on
color
my
code.
fucking nerves.
That's what happens when everyone can ride on the same dog.
I'd be like, what the hell is this change to come to green? What the fuck is this?
I was mid writing something. And he was like, calling me like, stop it. I saw my phone light up and it was like Tay, and I'm like, I know exactly why he's calling me.
I saw the text and I was so confused because I was in the middle of work. It's just I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Anyway. All right, Wednesday, Sony release or oh God, you rewrote.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead, read it. This would be a nice pass off here.
Wednesday, Sony released anticipated PlayStation Showcase of 2023. The first showcase in 2021.
Since 2021.
Since 2021. Due to it being a 2-year hiatus from PlayStation, many anticipated a lot from PlayStation, particularly the first-party studios and titles. Sadly, not much was shown from Sony, leaving fans disappointed. What happened? Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. We got to work on some punctuation here. That was fucking crazy.
I mean, that was the combined brain cells of me and Tay. That was very rough.
Was it Jortavian?
I remember that. I knew neither Jor or Tay.
So he didn't put it in there, but before we go deep into it, what's our 1 minute overall review of the entire show?
You want to review it?
Yeah.
Dude, it was
your thoughts on the overall.
It was like a 1 out of 10. It was like a fucking like a 4.
You really hated it that much?
I mean, I was bored.
Yeah.
You can't all right. So you can't be bored during the whole purpose of this thing is to be hyped. Mm-hmm. It is to generate anticipation for the next thing and get you excited for the upcoming years, the roadmap, what they're leading out. And it was boring.
Yeah, I get that.
I was bored. I was like, I knew this showcase was going to be rough when they did not open this up with Spider-Man 2. That's what everyone was saying. They're like, they're going to open up with Spider-Man 2.
You know what me and Tay are laughing, right?
What?
Yeah. You're doing the exact thing.
What he said, though, a lot of people did say that.
Yeah, a lot of people did say that on Twitter.
I mean, we're right. All of us, when you're in the zeitgeist, Anyway, when I saw it was they didn't open it with Spider-Man 2, and my immediately first thought was like, oh, they don't have. This is not going to go like expected. Like
why is that though? Because I would have just assumed that they were just keeping Spider-Man 2 because it's like a bigger project.
Because typically what you do is you just open up with a strong, something strong, get it out of the way because we already knew about Spider-Man 2. So just get it out of the way.
I thought it was going to be Final Fantasy 16 first.
Yeah.
That's what
Final Fantasy 16 happened like 25 minutes into the thing.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. I hear both sides.
Yeah.
Just because it started off soft doesn't mean it's going to be a bad show. But also hear Spider-Man because everyone want to see Spider-Man first or whatever.
If you had the thinking of they got a bunch of heavy hitters, they're going to be showing off all these crazy games like Last of Us factions, everything that they've been working on, you think this showcase is going to have that. So they would put up Spider-Man first because it's already been shown, they already known. We're just waiting for the gameplay and the release date. Yeah. When they didn't show that off first, then my immediate thought was oh, they don't have.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, if they're going to show Spider-Man later in, and they're going to show gameplay, and the gameplay is going to take up 10 minutes of a chunk. Yeah. That's going to be towards the end. So that means that indicates to me they don't have a lot to show. And it's exactly what happened.
Which honestly, I'll give my thoughts on the conference. I saw about 45 minutes of the conference because I was at work. And I watched the Spider-Man gameplay video individually yesterday. And I think as a conference, I think the format is weird. I don't like I think it's boring. I think it's just video after video after video of what's releasing. I think it's boring. I would like a presenter. I would like someone talking to the developers, something.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
So this is the new way of doing it.
That's people hated what you wanted.
I love that. I loved hearing about the developers talk about the game and the developers being like, hey, this is what we're working on. Sorry, it's taking so long.
But before though, it was just fluff. It was just they were fluffing the show.
I don't want the fluff. I just want to the segment that introduces the game. Yeah. To just be like, hey guys, we're working on this game. It's going to be released. Here's a quick little dev blog, 5-minute dev blog.
So you want more of a Game Awards type deal where there is a presenter and they're the upcoming up next on so and so
to make it feel more like a show because I feel like I'm watching
more directs now.
Series of videos and
you're watching TikToks.
It's kind of annoying. Yeah. But that being said, everything that I did watch, nothing really caught my eye. It was I give it a solid 5 out of 10. Every game that they showed looks fine. I don't think any of them look particularly bad. but I wasn't interested in any of them except for Final Fantasy and Spider-Man, and then maybe the PlayStation anime Splatoon, Foam Stars.
No, we get on that later though.
Yeah.
I gave it like a 6 out of 10. I thought about it for a while. Like Bryan said, basically what it kind of how I feel too. It was an okay show. Some things just not caught my eye. There's about 2 or 3 games that caught my eye here.
It wasn't like offensively bad.
No, it just again, we expected a lot from like the first party because it's been 2 years, and that would make the show like a stronger show.
You want to explain that, like what that means?
What?
Like the showcase versus like a state of play.
See, I knew I was gonna have to say that going in
because like there's some people that might not know.
Because PlayStation made it fucking difficult though, because it's like a PlayStation showcase is their E3 show. Before E3, it was just E3. PlayStation's E3.
Right.
Now, since E3's not this thing anymore, their main showcase, their main course is called PlayStation Showcase.
Right.
State of plays are like mini 30-minute updates.
Yeah.
Can be for particular one game. For example, they did for Horizon for the Forbidden West. So like Spider-Man gameplay we saw on Showcase, that would have been a state of play.
Right.
Or it can be like, here's what Naughty Dog's working on for like good 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. They're like mini tighter.
But last year when they did like the September state of play, it was like
It was a state of play.
It was a state of play, but they had like 15 games that they showed.
Yeah, they last like 30 minutes. They never go
It was like
an hour.
Tekken 8, Spider-Man. It was all this
They
shit.
usually focus on like third parties or indies or VR2 titles.
State of plays are just like a smaller conference.
Yeah,
They're just a smaller showcase.
I used to argue against people about it. Like now I understand why people are so fucking confused about it. Because this showcase felt like a state of play.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing about it, isn't it? It's that like the presentation of it was like nothing spectacular, nothing flashy. And like I feel like for a showcase, I would want something flashy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't them to do it in a theater and there'd be like a band playing and stuff. Well, like they did with like when they showed Ghost of Tsushima, they had like a whole like they had
People
to do with the float.
That's too pretentious, all that shit.
And then
It's like I want something a little bit more than what we had, because I just felt like I watched like a bunch of games that I don't particularly care about, and then 2 very long trailers for games that I already kind of knew about. So it's just like I feel like I didn't get any value.
You want
out of the showcase.
I get what you want. Like you want like because when they showed off like God of War back in 2018, when did they show God of War? What year was that?
2016.
Yeah, they had Corey come out and then he started playing it. That's I do miss because that is the E3-esque type shows.
They used to do that because people sometimes didn't believe them. Shuhei Yoshida did the same thing too. Like bring out someone out there and actually, because he was playing one game and it glitched on him, the controller died or something.
Yeah.
You know, that's real. So that made more people happy or whatever that shit.
Yeah.
But no, what I was gonna say was, I also hate how they did it with 2021 showcase. It's like the way it's structured. So they pit. I might go down there deeper with this later on when we talk about the first party studios here. But Sony does this thing where they've been doing it since the last showcase, where they put all the good shit, the shit where we want to see at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's standard stuff.
They never used to do that.
Well, I mean, like you want them to stay to the end.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
But I don't, like you said prior, I don't want to watch a boring, and I hate saying that because it's like I don't want to disrespect the developers' games they're making.
Yeah.
I'm not saying those games are bad or whatever.
It's just the presentation is boring.
Presentation is boring. I want some like Spider-Man first, some third-party games, God of War in the middle, some third-party games or whatever.
Yeah.
Last was at the end.
Yeah.
That makes me keep the flow going, intrigued, instead of like, can we get to the point already? That's how I felt throughout these 2 showcases since then. Like I hate feeling that way because I feel like I'm disrespecting those developers, not Sony games.
Well, it's also like a thing, like, and we'll get off this tangent in a hot second, but it's also like those developers don't have the clout that a lot of the other games have. So you feel like you're getting thrown something that you have no interest in or no previous knowledge of, instead of being like, hey, here's something that you would like. Here's some things that might interest you that kind of fall in line with that thing that you like. If they show Spider-Man, then you can show me like maybe 20 minutes of like action-based indies and sort of like keep the flow going that way.
Yeah.
Instead of just waiting, it goes like weak and strong. And
it was very lukewarm. It was too lukewarm for too long.
The last showcase, the last 10 minutes was worth it. God of War, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, and Gran Turismo. I guess you care about that stuff. But we can talk about it.
What did they do about God of War? Did they do anything God of War this year?
No, they did a state of play last year.
You're talking about
the showcase. They did a reveal trailer, right?
Gotcha.
For 2021.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway,
So let's get into what games were revealed. So kicking off, the very first game was Fair Game.
So Fair Game is Having Studios is the studio Sony acquired like a year or two ago. So it's a new studio.
First party.
Yeah. So this is their first game being revealed here. It looked like
It's like a bank robbing.
a Ubisoft game.
It looked like Watch Dogs, and
I thought it was Watch Dogs.
I thought it was Watch Dogs too, and I'm like, what is this?
This one, the black girl.
Yeah, and then it's like they're breaking into a house, and it's like it's a 3v3 or a 3v4 or something like that. Anyway, they're like breaking into a house and they're like trying to rob like a bank vault or something like that.
So this is Sony's gas titles. Have to be one.
Yeah, the games as a service.
Yeah. Games as a service titles. By the way, if you want to look at these games, good luck gameplay, because these are all fucking CG trailers.
Yeah, they're all CG trailers. It's annoying. It's really annoying. That's another thing that I don't like. I don't like the over excessive use of CG trailers.
I mean, these are all games coming out like in a couple of years.
Yeah, well, don't tell us yet.
Honestly, to me now, it serves no purpose to me anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I want to know how it plays. And that's what a lot of people fucking care about.
Yeah.
It's like CG
But
trailers are good if they're like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and it's like a screen, like the Snake CG trailer. It's like that. What were you going to say, Crockett?
I was going to say like if you wanted gameplay though, it'd be like 3 games and then that's they wouldn't show any. That's the only reason they do CGI trailers, because they just need because essentially what these shows are for, this showcase is like laying out the roadmap for what's going to be expected for the next 15 years or for the next like 26 months or something like that.
But at that point, like the way that they're presenting these games to do that, they might as well just give me a list and like a potential release date, like a year of a release date.
But that doesn't generate any hype or...
Yeah,
this doesn't generate any bloody hype either. We're all complaining about
it. Well, they fell flat because they didn't open up a Spider-Man. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of this conversation goes with but this and that. Yeah. Because I hear what you're saying. That is true.
Yeah.
But also, I don't fucking care about CG trailers.
Next game, Immortals of Avium?
We're gonna move kind of quickly through this.
Yeah,
list,
let me just blast through these real quick because it's really nothing.
Read the title. Give me like 3 seconds so I can put a video.
Helldivers 2, which that's people are pretty.
ODST.
No, not this one.
Helldivers.
Helldivers was actually a top down.
Yeah, this
first.
is different.
This is actually a third-person shooter.
And this is one of Sony's second-party games. I don't know who developed it.
I don't know either. But it's like the helmet looks like the ODST
helmet.
And they fucking jump down out of the sky in like a pod.
That's releasing this year, right? This fall?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I do not remember.
What does second party mean?
So it's like Insomniac prior to being acquired was second party.
Gotcha.
They were like, they can develop anybody else, but Ratchet & Clank was made by them, but Sony owns that property.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Ghost Runner 2, which is pretty... I mean, people like Ghost Runner.
People like the first one a lot.
Yeah.
It's not my reaction. When did the first one come out? 2020?
20, I want to say 2017?
What I'm thinking of then?
Ghost Runner...
You're thinking of something else. You're thinking of Ghostwire.
Ghostwire. That's what
Ghostwire Tokyo.
That's what I'm thinking. All right,
Ghost Runner is a parkour, thinking of it like a Mirror's Edge type game, but it's like with a ninja. It's like cyberpunky.
Yeah.
Ghost Runner 2. So
2020 though.
2020. Okay.
Yeah.
I was right. Oh shit. Okay.
Ghostwire or Ghost Runner.
Runner is 2020.
Ghost Runner is 2020.
Ghostwire came out last year.
Okay.
It'd be easy to develop them.
Yeah, it's not like I think it's not like a big game, but it was like on the PS Plus. Well, I
have
it downloaded.
Yeah, me too. I just never got to it yet.
Up next we have Phantom Blade Zero, which is one of the more notable games from the showcase. A lot of people were really into this, but this is one of those games where it's like it looks really cool, but it ends up like never coming out, or it's like a money laundering scheme or something like that.
It doesn't come out the way that they promised it.
Or
no, that's why I put sketchy here, because there's that Sun Wukong game.
Yeah.
The monkey one, right?
Yeah.
The one that's not the one that came out recently, right?
No, it's like it looks like concept. The game is, I looked at the game prior to coming here. It's a gorgeous fucking looking game. It looks like next gen.
But who's gonna...
It's one of those games like, is this real? Yeah. Like, is it coming out?
Because when it's like it's a Chinese developer, and then you're like, they never have like a release date or anything, but you always have all this flashy gameplay.
It gives off those fake mobile game. That's what it'll come off as.
Hopefully it's legit though, because it looked great.
Yeah,
it looks good, but that's the thing. That's the whole thing about it. It just looks cool.
Yeah,
but they have no backing to it. But like, what is the studio?
I forgot. It's a developer I heard before. They're making it. So this trustworthy developers. They made games in the past.
But I think they only make like mobile games or something like that.
So the mobile game is a prequel to this.
Yeah, see, that's where like the red flags are.
The developers are called S Game.
Well, hopefully it's real because
Hopefully it's real and
PlayStation
hopefully
put it
it's
on
good.
their Twitter, so hopefully that's.
They also did fucking that stupid fucking game.
Oh, are you talking about the game that literally did
That
not gonna
story
come?
pissed me the fuck off. I hate it.
What was the name of the game? There was a game that people were really excited about. It was a horror game, and it was a legitly
the Blue Studios.
Who?
Sorry, go ahead.
It was like a legit scam.
Yeah, it was the Box Blue Studios. Or
Blue Box. Yeah, that story literally
Yeah.
pissed me off because it's like
Was it legitimately a scam?
yeah,
Yeah.
it went nowhere.
That's fucking crazy.
Colin Moriarty put him on the show and he couldn't answer anything.
Damn, yeah.
Why would he do the show?
Huh?
He did his show, and
Yeah, it was
like
really hard to watch.
It's like the MMORPG game that's coming out recently. That's like a huge scam. That's just been an asset.
no,
scam.
it never came. Nothing was ever made for
That's
it.
what it is. It's like games like this. This company like keeps making games,
yeah, and they get canceled.
and then they get canceled or they stop getting support.
They're
when
money
release them
laundering.
early. Yeah, it's absolutely a scam.
It's insane.
They
I
get
don't
a
know-
whole bunch of like
what was the name of the
Kickstarter
game?
money, and then they just don't make it.
I can't. People thought Kojima was behind.
It's not even.
I know what game you're talking about. It doesn't matter for the
doesn't
purpose
matter.
here right now, but I know what game you're talking about.
It wasn't even like
Brian, put a graphic here when you find it.
It wasn't like even like a
We're moving on.
abandoned. It's called
Abandoned.
abandoned.
Here we go.
But it was like I think a it wasn't like a Kickstarter game. It was like it was backed by like a fucking anyway.
Crockett, we're moving on.
Yeah. Anyway. Keep going.
Sword of the Sea is the another game that came out. That looks like a cute little.
I don't remember what it looked like.
It was made. It's by the studio who, I think who made the Pathless.
Yeah.
Oh, this game, yeah.
Yeah. This is a like
Artsy fartsy game.
artsy fartsy. Yeah, it's a good.
It
way
looks
to
like
say
a
it.
Kazari game.
That's exactly what I thought too. I'm like because
Love
he
those
played.
guys.
I think like
Yeah.
was
Journey.
Yeah.
Journey's
it's-
Me and
that stuff-
Kazari have had so many nights in Discord just playing that kind of artsy fartsy game.
I can tell
love them.
Kazari
They're cute
game
little
more.
games.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, they're
miss
not
them.
bad games at all.
Kazari, I miss you.
I have the me too, dude. I have the Pathless on PS5. It was a great game.
The Pathless did look good though. Like when I saw it when it was announced for PS5.
We got the Talos Principle 2 that got announced. I don't know anything about the Talos
You said
Principle.
2?
Yeah, it's part 2.
Yeah, it's part 2.
Oh, part 2. Okay.
We have Neva or Neva.
This the Wolf game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was this anyways?
I don't. It's another artsy fartsy game to me.
No, I mean like what's the gameplay? You don't know.
I know it was just
It
like
was-
a,
oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. The
horns.
animated trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked great.
Looks
So
stencil. That's what it looks like.
hopefully it'll look nice. It'll be nice.
game
we
of the
have-
year right here.
we
Cat's
have-
Quest.
Why is people shitting on this game?
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Because
Are you kidding me? That's fucking
Caribbean?
adorable.
It looks decent from what I've
It looked
Cat's
awesome.
Quest,
Yeah.
dude.
It's just people hate fun shit, like fun tiny shit. You know, like people shout on Stray.
Trey's a
What's
fantastic
going on?
fucking
Stray's a
game.
great game.
Yeah.
I don't. People shit on the game.
But
People
Stray?
shout on Stray a lot.
Because it's not fucking God of War or
Yeah.
something. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think it was because it was coming out next to God of War. I think that was the problem.
Nah, people are just being
If God of War
assholes.
didn't came out, that would have been my game of the year.
Yeah,
Stray.
that game was fucking
I loved
phenomenal.
the hell out
It
of
was
Stray.
awesome. I'm about to play it on PS5.
God, the ending was sad as shit.
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
And then we have Foam Stars,
People did
no,
like people
people
were
cooking this
smoking
game.
this game.
See, that game looks
but it
fun.
looks good. That's the thing. It looks great.
Not contra and bullshit. I actually want to play that game.
Yeah.
It looks fucking fun.
It's like a Splatoon and Fortnite mixed by Square Enix.
But someone made a point. It might not last long.
No,
I
well,
don't
it's
think
just like
it's
Knockout
intended.
City. Probably it's going to be a fun
Oh,
game,
man,
and then
it
just
sucks
dies
that Knockout
off.
City died. I never played it as much because I like didn't have a group to play it with, but I fucking love Knockout City.
Dude, when we rounded up some boys though to get on Knockout City, that was a fun game.
Rounded up the
That was
You
a
don't
very
know the
fun.
boys?
Did you ever play Knockout City?
Nah.
That
It was a
fun.
dodgeball game where it was
Switch,
like a 4v4, and you had like special
3v3.
like was it 3v? No, it's 4v4.
4v4.
And you had like special like dodgeballs, and they do all this crazy stuff. It was a fun game,
Yeah,
legitly
it was
fun.
Awesome. It was super good. Okay, the Plucky Squire. No idea what that is.
No, that's a game you jump out the book and go to the 3D space.
Oh yeah.
That looks cool.
That shit looks awesome.
There were some games where I was watching this at work, and I was like checking out, and I was like, I want to go back to work. Yeah, like I just started working again.
bad.
The
right?
games escape. The names escape me a lot, but the visuals stick with me. We have Teardown.
That's that Minecraft looking game.
Didn't look interesting to me
Again,
at
like
all.
it was like this is where the game it was like a snore fest. They put all the artsy games right next to each other, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I love artsy games though.
Depends. Some of them are the
And then-
potentials as well.
Yeah.
We finally woke up a little bit. We woke up from it. I'm like, what?
It's called Metal Gear Solid Delta, actually.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, it's called Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta. Yeah, that's the
Nah, I refuse to call it that. I wrote it as Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Well, you're gonna have to call it by the appropriate name because there's like 600 fucking Metal Gears.
Kiss my ass, dude. I'm gonna
So,
call it
you know,
Snake Eater.
Go fuck
You-
yourself. It's
Go
Snake Eater.
fuck yourself.
Call it Metal Gear Delta. You know?
No.
Yeah.
Who wants to call it that? We're gonna call
Literally,
it everyone-
everybody's already calling Metal
No,
Gear
they're
Delta.
not.
What are
They're
you
calling it
talking about?
Snake Eater.
No, it's called
Bro,
Metal
that's
Gear
such a
Delta
hard
or
name.
Snake Eater Delta.
Snake Eater,
That's
dude.
fine. Just
No, it
say it a
clicks.
couple times.
Dude, eat my snake, man. Like,
Snake Eater Delta.
and long
I'm really
sli-
glad that Snake Eater is getting a remake, but I'm also really wary of it because Kojima is no longer involved in any capacity with the Metal Gear franchise after the Konami thing. So I don't really want to support the remake because they stole the franchise from
Support the
Kojima.
franchise. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I know it's fine. I don't really want to do it because I care a lot about like what Kojima brought to the franchise of Metal Gear. So I'm concerned that it's not going to be as engaging or as interesting as like a Metal Gear
it's gonna be the same story.
game. Yeah, but the gameplay might be significantly
I
different.
think it's gonna
As
just
long
be,
as they make it like 5,
Yeah, that's what
we're
I'm
gonna be
about to say.
fine.
That. It's gonna be nothing but 5, but
But I
expanded
fucking-
on.
And that's good though.
Kinda
5
hate-
is
see,
amazing.
I didn't like 5. I think 5 was okay.
I'm not a Metal Gear Solid fan
Yeah.
at all, so
So yeah,
I am excited for the collection though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, so and then
I want to
I'll-
play those.
yeah.
tagged onto that they're remaking Metal Gear Solid 3. They also are re-releasing a master collection of the first 3 Metal Gear Solids.
So
Which I've played Sons of Liberty and Snake Eater, phenomenal games. And then the first one I've never played, but it's like one of the best games of all time.
I'm gonna try this collection out.
Are those wait? Are those? Is it like a top-down type game? What is
No,
the very first one?
One is a top-down stealth game, top-down isometric.
Apparently, the first one's like really bad to play nowadays. Like
It's really
It has
dated.
bad ports.
It's really dated.
so hopefully they fix it here.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is similar, but it's like a little bit more updated and it looks a little bit easier. And it's got a couple of like over-the-shoulder mechanics and like camera angle switches and shit like that. And then 3 is a third person.
Right, I'm gonna get these. Hopefully, it makes me a fan of the franchise.
Yeah. They are
I'm very
genuinely
excited.
some of the best storytelling
Yeah.
out there. The gameplay can be really tedious and hard on 2 specifically, but they're very fun games.
Yeah, Metal Gear 1 is what kind of started the cinematic games you got nowadays.
Yeah.
It kickstarted that.
Yeah, Kojima was an auteur of
Yeah.
the genre at the time
Yeah.
because like those games weren't really a thing.
But those PS1 graphics. Oh my god,
Yeah,
love
they,
them.
they look good.
I saw that tweet. I'm like, this looks like dog shit.
Love that shit.
I saw it.
You
Like,
wouldn't get it.
what's that?
Yeah, you wouldn't get it either.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. I'm sucking for that shit, dude.
Towers of Agasba? Not
A
sure what
Gazba.
I don't remember this. What was that?
I don't remember the
Forgettable. Just like this whole show game.
Final Fantasy. By the
What's
way,
this
I just
game
want
here?
to point
Final
out.
Fantasy 16.
What is that? Who's ever heard of?
Small title.
How was it? What's that?
Stop
Auction?
showing this fucking game.
Yeah.
You tell me to stop watching it. It's in my fucking face.
No one's telling you to watch the showcase day. No one told you to watch that
I have to
showcase.
for views for our channel. They're throwing this shit in my face. It looks fantastic though, but it's like
What's that? What's that?
We know
what's
everything
that
there. So it
Simpson
comes out
meme?
in a month. You know,
Yeah.
just fucking.
No, it's a
Stop.
Simpson meme where it's like
the strip club.
the
thing.
sugar is like, Final Fantasy 16. We got a story update. I've heard the story is awesome in this. Like that's what from all
It's
the
a Final
previews.
Fantasy story.
They say, but it's like Game
It's
of
like
Thrones
Game of
esque.
Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy 14, but better.
No, they say it's not like that.
Listen,
It's like
Crockett,
a blend of Game of
Crockett,
Thrones.
I have played every single goddamn Final Fantasy game that
you
has
haven't.
been out since Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
Yeah, the perfect- It's like, that's what we're looking for
Let me
right
finish my
there.
goddamn sentence. And I just started playing Fantasy 1, so you can suck my dick.
I played that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good lord.
It's fucking hard, but it's fun. This story is directed by the same guy that did Final Fantasy 14.
I forgot about
It is
that.
Final Fantasy 14, but better
Story mode.
and engaging with a really engaging story.
Is it the same
It's the
universe?
same political intrigue, the same political landscape, the same crystals. It's Final Fantasy fucking 14, but in Devil May Cry style.
Is it 14th universe or anything?
It's the I don't know if it's the exact same universe, but it follows the
No,
same
no, it's
rules of
completely
14.
different.
Yeah, it follows the.
What are you
follow-
talking? Wait. I've listened to all the previews. They have no one has said it's like 14
I've been
at
playing
all.
Final Fantasy 14 for fucking 5 years. It's the same fucking thing.
Wait, what are you? 14.
14 is the MMO.
Oh, okay. Okay. I always get these two confused. I thought you were talking about 15.
No.
Okay. I always get these confused. All right, so all right.
years.
The guy that directed Final Fantasy 14 is directing Final Fantasy 16, and they're set within the same aesthetic, story,
Traditional
Yeah,
Final Fantasy
yeah.
aesthetic.
the crystals, the eons.
I was like, how is this anything like fucking Noctis? Because that's one set in the future and it's about like a bro story.
Final
Like
Fantasy 7 started that futuristic trend. They're going back to their roots here.
You know what?
Back
This
to-
is
yeah, to the fantasy.
what I'm hearing. This actually is from all like the story previews and everything that we've gotten. It reminds me a lot of Tale of Arise. It's a lot of the similar like slave story, which is like, which I don't know that I'm gonna jump.
leaves the show. They're fine.
This game,
Tales of Arise
I
is
guarantee you, I'm gonna call it now. This game is gonna be very similar to Tale of Arise, and I'm very excited
fine.
for that.
Shut your fucking
I'm
mouth.
very excited
okay?
for that.
That's the Gen
Okay.
Z of
Hey,
RPGs.
hey, look at me, look at me. You shut your
It's a
Bro.
TikTok
mouth.
RPG game.
Guys, let me tell you, these boys hate
Yeah, I
when
am
I be
hating
on
it.
some.
I hate
when I
it.
feel, they hate me going off the beaten path. They
What
don't
are
want,
you doing?
they don't want me to.
I remember him when he hated
I did
RPGs,
it.
JRPGs.
I'm looking dead right into the camera. They hate
My
it.
man gooning to some fucking
Fucking
waifu.
shut up. Don't say it on the podcast.
No, I never played Genshin Impact, by the way.
I downloaded it the other day to see if I would try it, but I haven't
I
launched
played
it
like a couple hours of it.
yet. That's fine.
I was going to play
It doesn't matter.
I don't know how people are still playing it to
Yeah.
today, but like people, it really put in their hooks into some people.
Moving on. Alan Wake 2.
Oh, very
Unfortunately-
exciting. Yeah.
Unfortunately, only going to be a digital. This is a game that I would love to own physical.
I'm about to go on a fucking rant.
Really?
Y'all stop being babies
Y'all-
about this
You
fucking.
can fucking shut up.
I can't get on this. Shut up.
Yeah,
Grow up.
because you don't
Grow
own
up.
that game.
Welcome to the future, baby.
Yeah.
I've not been buying physical games since 2015.
When fucking
And
PlayStation shuts down its goddamn servers, you're gonna have no goddamn games to play.
if they shut down their servers and I had it on a disc, but you need an update to play the game,
I
guess
can
what?
still
You can't
the
play it
game.
either.
I can still play the game.
Dude, you need the disc that you're getting now just makes a download.
No, that's not true.
That
That's
is true.
That's certain. Like Fortnite would make sense like that. But
Call
like,
of Duty was the same way.
Some
yeah, but they
games-
built it that way.
You literally had to download a patch.
You have to download. Some games were like that, but a lot of games have the actual game inside the disc. and
Maybe
you download a
Nintendo
patch.
games.
No,
No,
some
Nintendo games. That's what I love about Nintendo. I bought Tears of the Kingdom,
for that purpose.
and it's just in the
Yeah.
cartridge, and I don't have to do a goddamn
That
thing.
goddamn game gonna be like $1,000 in
Yeah.
the future or whatever, and I still have to go play it.
Why do you say it like that? That goddamn
Because it
day.
is true though.
You sound like Uncle Ruckus. Over here.
But it's like no, I agree with Bryan.
So like all of you fucking digital babies, when Sony goes like, oh, you can no longer buy Alan Wake 2, and then it's one of your favorite games ever, and then you can't fucking play it.
Anyway, let's
my
just,
dick.
all right, let's talk about Alan Wake 2 because it looked good. It
looked
looked
phenomenal.
really
It did look
good. I
good.
was
It's like John Wick, but spooky.
I thought
no,
it was
he just
John
looked
Wick.
like John Wick. It's
That's
not
what
like
I'm saying, that's
John
what I'm saying.
Wick.
He looks like John Wick.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I was in
spooky.
a
He
reaction.
did
My
look-
reaction like, is that John Wick?
Is that Keanu? What are you doing?
I'm thinking I'm back.
I think
That's
I'm
such a
waking.
great Keanu impression.
What is it? I've
Can
never
you
played
say-
Alan Wake. What
Sorry,
is?
one second. Can you say consequences in the Keanu voice?
How did he say it in the movie?
He said consequences.
Consequences. I can't do it. People keep asking if I'm back, and yeah,
Yeah, I'm awake.
I'm thinking I'm back.
I think
I
I'm
love it.
Alan awake.
Alan Wake is one of those. It's one of those games. It's a Remedy game, so it came out like near Max Payne 3.
It's an
era.
Xbox game.
This
right?
is
Xbox
this,
game,
yeah,
yeah.
this is like Xbox Gold.
The original. It was a small title. Like didn't really intend to go anywhere, but it developed a cult following on it because it's a horror game where Alan Wake is a writer, and his wife gets kidnapped by the darkness, and thus he has to find his wife.
The darkness.
This is 360 era
Yeah.
for sure.
It was fucking awesome. But the thing is that Alan Wake is a writer. The game starts by like this really great introduction, like quoting Stephen King, and it's about like how Alan Wake needs to go find his wife. She got kidnapped by the darkness, but the darkness needs a writer so that it can bring it back to life by virtue of the writing. So the darkness possesses the writer, and then everything that the writer writes becomes reality, and that's how the darkness gets into the world.
What the hell is this secret window
It's
shit?
fucking awesome.
What's the game with the guy from X-Men? What's that game?
Quantum Break.
I thought all these are connected.
Yeah,
Okay,
they are
but-
connected. So what's happening is that, do you remember Control?
Yeah, I never
that
played
game. So that game has like
That's Remedy too, right?
Yeah, it's Remedy.
That was right. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm gonna like Alan Wake. Then
You
I
probably
really
won't.
I
like
could
it.
not get into Control.
People
No,
praise the hell out of that game.
Control is very good, but it's the narrative that's like very good.
Oh.
The gameplay can always be hit or
Really?
miss with
It
the
caught my
games,
eye.
with Remedy
the
games.
one
I recommend that you play it, but
the
it's
one
a
saving
Metroidvania
grace
game.
about is like everything was destructible, which was cool.
Is she like time powers or some shit?
I don't
That's
know what
Quantum
it
Break.
is. She got the fucking force or
She
something.
has telekinesis.
There we go.
She has it's supernatural powers, but Alan Wake showed up in Control in DLC because Control deals with supernatural. It's like the SCP Foundation, but in like a video game world, and the Alan Wake universe is an alternate dimension in the Control universe.
That's cool.
So it's I think that's what it is. Anyway, point is, Alan Wake looks fucking rad. My boy looks like Keanu Reeves, and the game looks gorgeous. And it's going to play a lot like I think it's going to play a lot like Resident Evil 4
That's what it looks
remake.
like from the camera angles and all
Yeah,
that. It
so
did.
I'm very
I'd be into
excited.
that. Yeah,
The gimmick of the game was that you had a flashlight, and then you had to like
keep batteries on it or something.
you have to
At last.
use the flashlight to remove the darkness from enemies, and then you could kill them.
Oh, I get you.
So
That's how it
otherwise, they were
works.
immune to bullets. So the whole gimmick was that like you had
a
to keep a
flashlight
stock
on
of
it.
flashlight batteries on you, and then a revolver, and then you were trying to find your wife. So Alan Wake's life spiraled after the first game. So I'm curious. He had like an evil twin. I'm curious to see what the fuck's happening. It's
Jesus,
a lot.
What
It's
are
a
you
lot.
saying? Yeah.
Read the Wikipedia. It's fucking great.
You got a reading assignment to play a game.
Bro,
That's
what are they
crazy.
doing out there?
I don't know. I gotta check
Damn.
that out soon.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
I'm gonna get this on sale, but I'm glad Assassin's Creed is tolerable again. It looks tolerable at least. What is this? This is like a,
Let me call. Well,
It's a
this
prequel
is.
to. You're not gonna call shit.
Let me call this right now.
what is it?
Yeah.
Like what
It's
is
like a
it?
prequel to Altair. So it goes back to
Goddamn,
the
it's
first
old.
game.
Okay.
Yeah. Goes back to like
Yeah, they're like what, Iraq or somewhere.
What 1400s? Jesus.
something like that. I don't know.
I remember the
Fucking
first.
rack or something.
I remember the first Assassin's Creed.
I'm pretty
I
sure
played it.
Iraq. I'm pretty sure Iraq still looks like that too.
Assassin's Creed. The original Assassin's Creed was fucking awesome. It was a little boring, but it was
boring.
because of the time. But it was fucking rad.
Let me tell you, this game literally looks like the first Assassin's Creed. I don't think people are gonna like this.
Yeah, it will.
There's a lot of people getting hyped for it, but I don't know.
It's
I
gonna
think
be our market.
It's
that's gonna like
refreshing.
it.
I call this when the trailer dropped. I'm like, I don't think people are going to be into this. I think it's going to make a big divide because people are going to assume Assassin's Creed is like
Well, they already
this
established.
big established world and everything. And I know people have been saying go back to the roots, go back to the roots, but they're too fucking late.
No.
They're way too late. They should have
think so.
They should have
Resident Evil
put this
did it.
game out years ago.
I'm
Resident
correct you
Evil
here.
did it.
They already established this is a side game.
This is a side
No,
game.
this is a mainline game.
No, I mean I know that, but it's like, for example, Sonic.
There's gonna be like two Assassin's Creed games moving forward.
But
It's
this
gonna
is going to be cheaper too. This one will be like what, $50, I think.
Oh, then it's going
Yeah.
to be like a small
This is-
small game.
It isn't there. Yeah, it's not their priority.
It is
game.
not a I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Now. So
The
okay,
next
this
game's gonna be the open world generic bullshit. We're gonna see.
okay.
right.
Well, they're
Shadow
going to
plays the same.
Japan or
No, this is the Middle East.
Tsushima's
no,
out.
they are going to
There's
Japan.
another one in China and Japan.
One of them.
There's one in Japan, but it's not.
No, he's not wrong. I remember this.
There's one in Japan.
Wait, right now?
Well, you're like
Talking
one
about
of
the PS Vita game?
No, that's
No.
a China one.
No, they announced already 2 more games.
There's 2 more
ahead.
games coming out.
And one was in Japan because that was the one people have been asking for a long time.
Ghost of Tsushima's out. Play it.
Yeah, really.
Too late,
Well,
guys.
that's what I'm saying. Like Ubisoft is
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft is just late.
Late.
They should have been
Late.
doing this
Ubisoft
stuff
is just a bad
forever ago.
company.
Anyway,
Moving on.
what's
Revenant Hill. I don't
Never
know what
heard
that
of
is.
it.
I don't know
I
what
don't
that is.
remember
I don't
what
remember what it is.
forgettable. Grand Blue Fantasy.
This is what I'm saying, though. We shouldn't be saying that. I
I'm
feel
not
so
saying
bad
it.
saying
Yeah,
that.
it's not forgettable. I just don't remember it.
Put it in trash.
Well, you gonna add, it's like me bringing up like Little Devils inside.
Just
like
because
no
I
one
don't know what the fuck Little Devils is doesn't mean that it's inherently bad.
Okay. I feel like I'm like
Yeah,
shitting
I don't know
on
what
it.
Little Devils is. What the fuck is Little Devils?
It's a game that people are excited for, but it's like a little tiny game like that, but
Yeah.
no one remembers it. Everyone keeps forgetting about it because it had a state of play like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What?
You know how many tiny games that like were at these like type of events, and
I
people
don't-
just do never remember for the next year, and they're like, "What the hell is that?"
But it's good that they're there.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Grand
I'm
Blue- that's a
assuming
big
it's a fighting
game,
game.
Grand-
I've never played the franchise. I hear it's good.
I've heard of it.
Check it
Grand
out.
Blue?
Grand Blue Fantasy.
You mean like Blaze Blue? Is it by Ark?
It's the same people, I think.
Street Fighter 6 got another trailer.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6.
It's more
It
Street
looks
Fighter.
great. It's Street Fighter.
Looks great. I'm not in a rush to get it, but I'm gonna get it.
Let me pick a fight. This is a homeless man.
Ultros. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what that is. I can't remember.
I didn't make it this far into the conference.
You ain't missing much.
Tower of Fantasy. Again, I'm sorry. I don't recall. Dragon's Dogma 2. This is a big one.
No, it's not.
Tay wants to fight me on this.
Yeah, I am fighting you for it.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I know Dragon's Dogma is a big game.
No, it's not.
That was a big,
The
huge
original
360 game.
developed a cult following in much the same way as Alan
And
Wake
Wake
did.
2, yes. Exactly right. I would put them in the same pedestal where this was a huge
Also, but
RPG
Alan Wake
game.
is not a huge game.
Exactly.
But-
Thank you.
but
Clarify
it's-
that.
It's got a fan base.
It's got a
Yeah.
fan. It's got a
but it's
well-known
not-
fan
it's not
base.
a big game.
no one talked about
And it's just
Dogma
old.
to
I'm
Dragon's
sorry.
Dogma.
It's just like yeah. It's
Even
like,
back in the day, no one did.
yeah, no one
Nobody-
did.
If it-
I
if
had friends.
If it creates a cult
Crockett,
following,
I
I
love
had
you.
friends.
Crockett, I love you. Nobody talked about fucking Dragon's Dogma.
if it creates a
People-
cult,
You
Yes,
went on
people-
4chan and then you could hear people talk about Dragon's Dogma.
No one went on 4chan to talk about Dragon's Dogma.
You could like it was like an internet game. It was a cult base. It's not a big game.
It's a big.
It is a sizable
A lot of
game.
people. It's one
It
of
is
those
a
games.
respectably sized game.
It's a game that just no one ever talked about.
yeah. That's my. That's
But
what
it's-
a
it
cult
was a big
following
game.
means.
it's like Blade Runner. No one talked about it back in the day, but now everyone go crazy over it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 got announced. It got some gameplay. It looks great.
It didn't get no gameplay. It was just CG trailer. You lied.
No, it got a little bit of gameplay in there.
It wasn't.
Another game people are probably going to be excited for. Anyway, that's one of the few highlights of this showcase. I'm sorry.
Five
Stop
Nights at
eating to the mic.
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2.
Like brothers.
I don't know why. Like I don't know why we're all bickering.
Gag it up
Anyway,
in-
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. That's a big VR game.
Why is this franchise still going?
Dude, they get
Just
a
prints
movie.
money, dude.
I'm sorry.
The
this
movie
is-
looks fun though.
Oh,
The
that's
movie
right.
looks
You
fun.
played all of them. You gotta do this fall. You gotta.
I didn't. They said the first VR one is really scary, like legitly scary.
Fuck up.
That's what.
Five Nights Freddy's scary.
Yeah,
It's just
it is.
jump
Wait,
scares.
have
It's
you
just
not
jump
seen my?
scares.
I have a jump scare compilation of this game. Yeah, the game is scary.
It's just
It gets
jump,
you.
It's just jump scary. It's loud.
You ever seen that SpongeBob meme when they go over the little roller coaster? Five Nights Freddy.
Five Nights at Freddy is kind of fun though. I will give it that.
A lot of VR games coming
Yeah.
out. Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 VR. Really
You
excited.
put, you missed the alley, but you could have kept going. And you made it in queue. Resident Evil 4 VR mode.
Yeah, they did the Resident Evil 4 for the Quest a while ago. It was a huge success. People loved it. It was a good port. So they're doing the same thing for VR.
No one was talking about it on Twitter, but I'm proud of the VR support here, especially how they look like legit fucking games.
Yeah,
Not
it's awesome.
tech demos.
Well, now we can finally start doing the approach of like Half-Life Alex did, which is like properly.
People
make the
want
game
that
for
port
VR.
really badly.
I want to play the dog shit out of that game, but I gotta buy like $1,700 worth of VR equipment to do it.
Or you
so.
can wait.
Or I can wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona Sunshine 2. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck that is.
It was a zombie one.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell was that? It
It's a VR game that was already on PlayStation. That I guess it's good.
was on
it was-
PSVR 1.
Yeah, and it was. I guess it was good enough to get a sequel. So, like, same thing with like the next game here, Crossfire Sierra Squad. That's another
I heard of
PSVR game.
Crossfire before. Was it on Xbox?
Crossfire.
That's Crossfire X, or
X.
something like that.
Yeah.
But Crossfire was it's a VR game. That's like a shooter.
Are we finally done with Destiny? Is Destiny like done?
No,
after the
hell
next
no,
expansion?
no.
But that expansion gave me hints like, is this the end of the story or whatever?
No, dude. But I think the tech is starting to wear out on them a little bit. Like they're starting to run into some issues where they're like, we can't really do this because of the tech limitations. That's the one thing about this type of game is like you can make a game for 10 years, but it's going to, when you get near that like 6-7 year mark, it's the hardware is starting to wear out on it. Like it's
What do they
starting
wanna
to, they can't do anything. It's like they want to like, do stuff, but it's like you can't. So I think they're going to eventually come out with a Destiny 3 or
Yeah, I mean they
don't
have
call
to.
it Destiny 3. Call it Destiny X or call it something that do not put a number on it.
Not anytime soon, though. But we get onto it.
Anyway,
Beat Saber. We got Beat
People-
Saber
what
DLC.
was Synapse?
Synapse.
Synapse. Sorry, Synapse.
Beat
I don't know.
Saber is like probably one of the most popular PSVR games.
Beat Saber's phenomenal.
Yeah, people
It's
hyped
such
for
a good
this.
game.
I don't remember. Was it Beat Saber was already on VR? So
Yeah.
what was this?
This is a port with DLC.
Okay,
This is
it's-
just putting it on PlayStation VR 2, adding more
That's right,
songs.
okay.
This game is praised.
Yeah, I love Beat Saber. It's super fun.
and then Bungie's making a new game called Marathon, which is an old. I believe.
an old
so
property.
It is.
we
It is
reported
an
on
old game.
this.
We talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's Apple's.
Yeah, it was an Apple property.
Yeah.
It's an Apple game.
Yeah, a
It
long
pre-Halo,
time ago.
Like
Yeah,
pre-Halo is one of the games I don't think no one really played back then.
No, yeah, it had, probably had like a super niche.
So I found it out
Fan base.
afterwards. I thought, man, it was a new IP, but no, this is like something they're going back on.
Yeah.
Just,
It looks. I like the aesthetic a lot. It looks really interesting.
It looks fun. When I watched the trailer, the only thing that I could see was just
It's an extraction shooter.
it's Destiny but quirky and neon.
Isn't it
Yeah.
an
That's what I saw.
extraction shooter or
Yeah,
something?
which is honestly pretty good. I'm into it.
It's a it's a division type game.
It's definitely using the same engine as Destiny.
It's-
I would assume
No, it's
like an updated version of it. Or something.
well, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Because
what engine-
at least the CG trailer looked exactly like Destiny.
But the gameplay, it's like a division dark
Yeah.
zone type game.
Is it first person?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Third
it's
person. It's gonna be third person.
Third
person?
Yeah.
First person. We ain't gonna see this game anytime soon. But it's
No, it's gonna be a minute. Yeah.
It is got Destiny money on it, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a ambitious
It's,
game. Probably.
I can't wait. That's one of the few games I took away, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of excited for that one.
Destiny 2: The Final Shape.
So the next DLC for Destiny.
So
This is exactly why I don't get back into that franchise.
too much
'Cause
going on.
When was
Too
you
much-
ever into Destiny? What?
I was playing Destiny
They
for a
played
while.
Destiny for like 6
I
months.
cannot see you.
Destiny
playing
2 was fun.
A games of a service game.
Yeah,
Destiny 2 was
It
awesome.
was fun, but it's just that they had this weird story integration with it. Look, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm just
No.
shooting things.
I've been
Yeah.
playing it since the first one. I still don't know what's going on.
So
Are you actively a Destiny player?
When the first one came out, I was for sure. I played the shit out of it, and then
too.
Destiny 2,
two has been calling me for a very long time.
I played
dude.
2 and dropped it. Then I picked it up when they redid the Forsaken because I had a bunch of friends playing it. But I was like, damn, dude, I cannot keep up with this game.
If you guys ever want to link up and try it, I'll try it with you.
When they make another Destiny, I'll try to go back into
It's
it,
been a long time though.
or I'll just get
It's gonna be
Marathon.
I might be not be alive though. Then.
Concord was announced as a new Firewalk. Finally, they showed off first party game.
Firewalk is a studio Sony like recently acquired.
Nice.
About what? a month or two
Concord
ago?
Concord looked like it's a space like
I don't remember what it
it's a kind of look like a Guardians of the Galaxy aesthetic, but in space. That's what I picked out from it. It was like it had like
I
it
mean,
was a
honestly-
spaceship. We only got a CGI trailer. Spaceship had cheeseburgers. It was messy.
I tuned out at this.
There was like a bunch of aesthetics going on, and it has definitely like a theme to it. And apparently it's coming out.
Cheeseburgers?
Wait, it's coming out. Why did this say 20? Who wrote fall 2023? This is not coming out this year.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Okay, someone before we go on.
We
with
got a
Oh,
the-
release date for this game?
I think we did fall 2020.
I don't think so.
I probably because I copy and pasted. You're right. You're right.
We do not have a release date. This is not coming out anytime soon.
Is Project Q the handheld for PS5?
Yeah, but let's go down the list
Wait,
first.
yeah, because we can't skip over the best part of the fucking show,
Jordan,
which was
I was extremely pissed with this.
so the next thing we got right
I
after
was
this
so
Concord game
disappointed by
was
seeing this.
a fucking movie trailer.
Damn.
Jim Bryan, I
Sony.
got offended by seeing this.
Is
on
there
my
any
fucking-
particular integration?
No.
Just-
It's just
It's
a
a
fucking trailer.
Gran Turismo movie trailer.
I was
which
like,
the only
guys.
correlation was like it's because it's a
PlayStation-related
PlayStation game
IP.
movie.
Yeah.
Holy crap! What were they? I'm like,
This is some
did you?
E3 2007 levels of like bad there. Like, don't
You're-
you ever do that again. Don't ever do that
You know,
again.
a movie
Rub his
trailer
nose.
in the
I'm not
middle.
watching the goddamn Oscars. Like, fuck off. Like,
That's so
A
funny.
movie trailer in the middle of our
a
game
fucking
show
game.
was
What is this?
insane. Insane. I was like, "There's no fucking way." They put
Dude,
that
that's why I
trailer.
gave up completely. Like, fuck you guys, dude.
And then right after that, we got Project Q, which Bryan did not fucking believe.
I didn't. I saw it.
He
I
thought it was a
I
joke.
saw the picture on our Discord because Crockett posted it, and I laughed at it.
I mean, honestly, the Wii U memes are pissing me off. They're not funny.
No,
Nor does it
they-
make any
they-
sense.
they are
PS5
funny, also
Wii U.
doesn't make any sense.
No.
Especially when the Switch is right there, like you know.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the whole thing doesn't make sense. So Project Q
does make
is
sense.
a remote
No, Project
gaming
Q
device.
makes perfect sense to me. I just thought it looked stupid.
Yeah.
I thought the
That's what I'm
design
saying.
looked
It doesn't
stupid.
make when the Switch is right there. Like, why would I? So anyway, so Project Q is a remote gaming device. It
can tell
literally
you
looks
why.
like a Wii U. It is. I mean, essentially, that's what it is.
We're playing Spider-Man 2 in the shitter. That's why.
Yeah.
If you want
a
to play in
remote
fucking
gaming
bed,
device.
yeah, that's it. It's a streaming device from your PS5 to
So
your,
no hardware inside of it except for like streaming capabilities.
That's
right.
right. It's an accessory.
Yeah. It's an
Remote
accessory.
play accessory.
so it's just so you can play your PS5 in bed.
Also, PS5 earbuds. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't care about that at all. That was part of it. So this, I didn't report on PS Insight, but Project Q was the patent was like leaked like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
whatever.
I remember something about that.
Yeah. And
Is Project Q the actual name of this thing?
No,
No.
it's coming out this year. It's gonna probably be called like PlayStation
It's like PS Stream or
some
something.
shit.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
It's a good idea. I think it's a stupid look. Like I think it looks stupid.
It's straight to the point.
Yeah.
I thought
Just
I really
controllers
thought that it
split
was
in
someone. I thought it was a phone, and you just slide your controllers
Like,
over your
That's
phone.
what I
or
thought.
something.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
made
an
a
actual
point.
screen with like controllers. It looks stupid.
Yeah.
So my recent video, I made like Backbone is a thing.
Yeah,
you can
that's
do this
exactly
on.
what I thought it was.
So in my video, I was like, why is Sony making? It would be cheaper to have a third party. And make your own
Explain
thing.
what the backbone is.
Backbone is basically an accessory for your phone to do like remote play or play for Xbox, whatever. So it's make your phone a controller, basically.
Yeah.
That's it. And this is the same thing here, but it's Sony's own version of it. But I don't understand why they're making theirs. Like you have other ones.
Yeah, they could make it a third party and use remote play app or something.
So when
It
I
would
looked
be
at
way
this, like,
cheaper.
who is this for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an interesting device. I want to see how it plays out, but it feels like one of those things that like would get support for like 6 months.
No, this will always have support as PS5 exists because
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
streaming cloud.
I
That's
guess
all
that
it
makes
is.
sense. Yeah, I
It's
guess that
nothing
makes sense.
special. It's just like the only thing special about it is a screen for DualSense control.
Yeah.
It has
No,
the
if
DualSense
like if I
features.
can, if this works, but it doesn't work like a Switch. Like I can't take
No,
this
it ain't the
far.
point of that.
Yeah,
It's just for like play while my wife is watching TV. I'm playing like a game.
Yeah, I would treat it kind of like I treat the Steam Deck.
yeah.
No, not even that.
No, I would treat it that
Okay.
way, which is like I play the Steam Deck when I want to play a PC game, but I don't want to be on the computer.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would treat
There's
it.
Oh,
nothing
you know what? That makes a lot of sense actually.
There's nothing special. I don't want people to go overboard with like, oh, why is Sony didn't make a Switch 2 or whatever. Like, no, it ain't that.
It's an accessory. It's a
Accessory.
streaming.
Chill the fuck out. You don't have to buy it.
Relax.
Yeah.
PS earbuds, fucking silly.
I think that's stupid part of it.
No,
He
I
was
get it
fucking
because
You're
some
gonna lose them
people
fucking thing.
don't like the over. Some people like streamers don't like
Sony,
the over
just-
the
just-
cup.
Just let us use our own buds.
You can. Well, it
You can now?
depends. You should buy
Because on
a-
PS4 we couldn't connect.
That
my
pissed me
earbuds.
off. But you can, you buy a third party.
But these you can use on your phone too.
Yeah, I mean it's bloody Bluetooth, isn't it?
I wouldn't buy it though.
Yeah.
I stick to my fucking PlayStation 3D.
Yeah,
Plus.
I want to get one of those.
They're trying to get on that AirPod market, and then right after that, finally, for fuck's sakes, we got into the meat and potatoes of the freaking show at the very end. Spider-Man 2. We got a
That's a gameplay trailer. Looks phenomenal.
well, we got a story trailer, and then we got a gameplay trailer.
It almost pissed me off because it was like the way it cuts.
You thought that there wouldn't be gameplay?
Dude, I was gonna be so fucking pissed. but what made it worse though, it was a great gameplay, all that shit, blah blah blah. But a fall 2023 date.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Come on, it's coming out. I know it's coming out this year. I have confidence for it. But
Yeah.
show it here,
Dude,
Don't
there-
make me
okay,
a fucking
wait.
hope is coming, not coming, whatever.
At first, I was like, when he was like, "This is our last game," and I was like, and it didn't look like Spider-Man at
Yeah,
first.
I was
and
pissed, dude.
but I was like, this would have been so funny if they did not show Spider-Man. It would. Jim Ryan's head would be on a stake if if they did not show Spider-Man 2 at this. But there was something twisted in me when I was watching it because I was like, I kind of hope this is not Spider-Man, and I hope this is a fucking like.
So you are that type of person.
No, wait. I hope this is not Spider-Man. I hope this is fucking Turok. I was like, there was something twisted in my mind. I'm like, give me Turok.
Badass. man.
I was like, you can kind of say, this will be a 10 out of 10 if you show me Turok
That'd be my
right
get hype
now.
moment of the year.
I would have been like, I fucked Spider-Man. Give me Turok right now.
Spider-Man 2 looks awesome. It's more Spider-Man, more shit.
You know what? I'll go on the defensive here. I wasn't crazy about the symbiotic suit. Not
It's
that
okay. It's not my
not that it like I'm gonna complain that it looks wet or anything. It looks fine in that sense, but it was something where I'm like, you could have made something a little bit cooler here. Like I think the texturing
only
on the legs were weird.
We only saw like fucking.
We
3
saw enough
minutes
to
of it.
critique it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's not my favorite black suit, but it's a black suit.
yeah. I think it's got just some weird like it's some
Armor
just
patterning and all that
yeah.
shit.
There's some like design choices that they took, and I'm like I think. I know there's concept art of this suit that's a lot better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it is exactly how I felt about like when we got Mechagodzilla and Godzilla versus Kong. I'm like, there was a concept design. I'm like, that's so much better. What was the design choice?
Just the
here?
realities of execution are pain in the ass. I probably could encode it to look that way.
And separate it different from the past.
But I guarantee though, there's gonna be another suit in that game that's gonna be gas. So I'm not too worried about it.
Someone made a good point. I hope we get like symbiote versions of
The
like,
other suits. I
like
was thinking
fake
about that.
suits, like Homecoming black suit
Yeah.
or something.
I was
Oh.
wondering how they were gonna handle that if the symbiotes included. It's like, well, if I put a Spidey rock, do
You
I
ever
get-
play Spider-Man Web of Shadows?
Yeah,
We
love
can
Spider-Man Web of
transition
Shadows.
between the suit, and I hope they do that here instead of making
Yeah.
it more story. I wanted to control the black suit instead of it being story controlled wise.
I really hope they give us a actual like a Venom suit.
Like play as Venom.
Yeah. I really. Hope
I heard rumors that you can play as Venom in this game.
Mm-hmm. I
heard rumors about that.
I'm kind of hoping that we get to kick Peter Parker's ass.
I think that's happening.
Dude,
that'd be so
those
funny.
are so many memes coming out of this once they showed us like that fight between Peter and Miles is going to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'll be
also, shout out to Miles fucking doing a Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
the little lightning coming out.
Awesome.
That was
I love how they separate the characters too.
Yeah.
In terms of like powers and stuff.
I am very excited about Spider-Man too. My favorite moment in that whole gameplay trailer was when Spider-Man threw that guy against the wall and just
Miles
fucking
was like, what the fuck
did
are you doing?
did the running man on that guy's face.
Yeah.
Shit looked awesome.
I can't wait for this thing though.
I am very excited. This next section is kind of like, the reactions to the showcase have been mixed and negative due to the lack of
It was the first part. So there was out of this entire
SIE?
like
Sony Interactive.
Oh yeah. Out of the entire showcase, so those were all the games that were played, and most of these were multi-platforms.
Yeah.
So Sony has a large selection of first-party games, and a lot of them were absent of this.
But the thing is, I had to clarify because you put the list in, I had to update a little bit.
Yeah.
So some of these games we do know they exist. The problem is we don't know why they were there.
I have a theory.
So as of today, apparently some insiders said Sony was holding back for some fucking reason.
Are you talking about Tom Henderson?
And multiple people said
A lot of Tom Henderson is like that is I trust him completely. Like he does have his finger on the pulse most of the time. So it is interesting that he's super reliable, and so
I don't know so a showcase or ED shows where you show we come here for the first party games. Yeah. It defines who you are.
Yeah.
Third party can be literally anywhere.
Yeah.
So after 2 years of silence, so I had to go break it down here because it's like the conversation with the showcases is, and I've tweeted out multiple times and people feel the same way. It ain't fans' expectations or whatever. Sony created expectations here. You wait 2 years and don't say jack shit.
Yeah.
So you expect, okay, there's going to be some first-party games here. And when they show the showcase, we don't see it. Even though we know, as this list we go down the list, there are games that we know are aware is a thing.
Yeah.
Some are closer to being finished than not. So
I think you can go on the Sony's blog post, and then see, like, this is a studio, this is the games, they're working on 2 games right here.
Yeah. So we can go down the first part of the list.
I think I would rather put a screen cap of this list and kind of like just let people read it at their leisure for like 10 seconds.
But I mean, like
one of them I got to read here too.
Yeah.
It's about 2 or 3 of them I got to read though.
But this is like the amount of first-party studio games that just wasn't there. I mean, like Team Asobi, Ben, Bluepoint, Firespite, Guerrilla, Housemarque, London. Where were you guys at? Naughty Dog, Nexus, Firewalk, Savage Games.
So
Polygon?
Nexus. So as of today, what day is it? The 26th. So at Summer Games Fest, Sony's going to be there too. So Nexus is the PC porting company for PlayStation, studio for PlayStation. They did the Spider-Man PC port. So and someone teased in this July, Ghost of Tsushima's coming to PC. So that might be what they're doing right now. But I don't know why they're going to do the Summer Games Fest. I guess because it's a bigger audience.
Here's my theory as to why all of this is happening regarding first-party studios. We have seen, and we talk about this like a little bit later in the show, we have seen such a multitude of games release in bad shape over the last 6 months to a year that I think companies are realizing that developing for this next generation of gaming, where we're using Unreal Engine 5 and we're using much more advanced gaming engines and graphical engines, it's getting a little harder to develop on those engines. And I think that when they announce all these titles, they didn't expect that process to be so particularly difficult. And now gamers are pushing back and people are pushing back against getting unfinished games that I feel like they're saying, okay, we'd rather give these developers more time than rather risk the bad press that comes with showing something that's not attainable. Which I think I would love the transparency if that was the case.
Yeah, I agree with you, but don't announce the fucking game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think they announced it, and then they realized that development is actually way more difficult in these new engines, and now they have to keep you on the edge. Of
See, this is a very interesting dance that they're going to have to do because 1, we don't want them to announce it too early, and then 2, we don't want to release in a broken state, and they don't want to release in a broken state because they want to get bad publicity. But they have to go 2, 3, 4 years before they do a showcase. And when they do a showcase, it's like they don't really have much to show. So that's exactly why I think Factions didn't show up at this, because Factions is definitely not ready.
It's been announced as today. It needs more time.
Yeah, and we'll slide into that here in a second.
So,
but like, what's
ahead.
up?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
So that just tells me that like it's an interesting dance that we're having to do now, because a lot of these games are getting bigger, and that's just the fact.
Yeah.
And development time is getting longer. So we're going from 5. Right now we're kind of like 5 years per game. And that's like almost like a launch. That's a console cycle.
But
games are even getting. I mean, they're going up to 6 size. I mean, they're getting bigger. They're more gigs. I mean, games are coming out like 150 gigs now. It's crazy. And then its development time is 6 years.
Yeah, we're catching up to the technology increase, and then like the manpower and needs of development are catching up. And I think that the marketing guidelines have got to shift, and I think that's what's going on, in my opinion.
Well, they should have clarified that, though, because it's like...
They should be transparent, but you can't really, as a company, be transparent about the fact that you thought that something was taking way longer.
No, I mean, like, Sony usually clarifies when they state of plays or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
they did it multiple times, like, this is going to be a first-party state of play.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Oh,
third
they
parties
did?
in VR. Yeah, they did it multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, state of plays, but not.
They could have done it
showcases.
here. And I completely understand them. I've been disappointed, but I understand it more.
Right.
I'd probably be, like, less...
Well,
pissed off. Probably.
We're disappointed because we don't have transparency into what's going on in these developments, and so like we keep getting all these broken games and all this kind of thing, and we feel like we keep getting bad product.
Well, I think what happened definitely so we'll get into now. So Factions was supposed to be here. So there's a Last of Us multiplayer game in development, and that's been confirmed by Naughty Dog, and people are expecting that to be here, and it should have been here. But the reality of it is, like, it actually came out today that they put out a statement saying that that the game is going to need more time.
Yeah.
Essentially is what they said in the statement. And then Jason Schreier from Bloomberg said that the game had been slowed down in development due to scaling back down on the team after a recent evaluation.
I don't know what the fuck that is. So apparently Sony acquired Bungie a year or two ago, I believe. But Bungie's not the first party. They acquired Bungie specifically for all these games or service titles. They use their Bungie's knowledge. That's literally what they got them for.
Yeah.
Apparently Bungie went to critiqued, I guess, Naughty Dog's progress of this game. And I guess so this entire story here is very
So wait,
weird.
so Bungie is the ones who went to critique
Yeah,
them?
Bungie's used for, like, not for only Destiny, but their knowledge on online multiplayer experiences.
Yeah.
So whatever happened at Naughty Dog is very fucking weird, because it's like, that's unusual for like Sony standards. Like, what the hell is the production quality going on over there where you had to reduce staff and all that shit?
Well,
So,
the tech industry in general is going through layoffs.
yeah.
So we had a whole round of that. So it might just be like Naughty Dog is now pulling more people to work on like a new IP.
Nobody announced that, right? Because they know it.
Did they announce a new
Faction
IP?
is sounding really sketchy now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think
Sounds good.
Factions is going to come out in the state that it was supposed to come out. I think it's been too long. I think it's going to have dying hype.
What I got from Schreier was that Factions was going in the direction of Naughty Dog and how they wanted it to go to, which I don't know. That's not really like their expertise about, like, I guess, making money for it, and it's just they wanted to make
Sony wants.
they wanted to make a Last of Us multiplayer game, and that is, I guess, different from a games as a service game that Bungie would consider like a selling point.
Which makes sense. I think they're just in disagreements as to like what the game needs to be.
Sounds like Sony's meddling right here.
Yeah.
And that's what I think what's happening. And now they've had to probably go back and neuter a lot of stuff and rework a lot of stuff, and they've scaled back the teams. But also, Naughty Dog is also working on a new single player game alongside of this too.
They didn't have to announce that. They know that they announced that because they know they're gonna get shit from that,
for sure.
That
For the factions
thing.
Yeah. And I'm sure that if like Naughty Dog could be transparent about it, they would be transparent about it.
This sucks a lot too, because a lot of people are really excited for
Factions
this.
is very anticipated.
Yeah.
Now we know like what's going on. So we ain't gonna see this game until like maybe fall, summer next year.
Yeah, I think so.
This shit's corny, dude.
Yeah.
2 years of waiting, and now you hear about this shit.
Yeah.
But this is why Naughty Dog did not show up at the. At least we know one reason why now.
So, but this is what I'm saying. Where like games are just getting harder to develop, and like we had an expectation of what development looked like 2 years ago, and now that expectation is not matching with the reality.
It's changed, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a different landscape for it.
So, in terms of news, those are two of the big news. Naughty Dog saying that The Last of Us multiplayer game needs more time, and then Naughty Dog announcing a new single player game, and then lastly, the Lord of the Ring Gollum game came out with soul crushing bad reviews.
This is the worst game of the year.
In which it's a 3.8.
It's considered right now the worst Metacritic review.
It's the worst game
like
review of the year so far.
32. It's sitting at a 32.
Yeah, something like that. Now the team behind that has since come out with a statement saying that they're apologizing for how bad the game came out.
So correct me here. If you know the game is bad, why make an apology statement? That doesn't make any sense.
Because
publishers saying this.
Publishers. So when first of all, it pisses me off that game developers are going like, "Hey, sorry, the game is bad," and they can't really explain as to like why the game is bad.
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
sorry, we made a lukewarm game.
Yeah, sorry.
It has to be coding and all that.
Yeah, sorry. It's like press, but
it's like you fail a test and you go up to your teacher like, "I'm sorry, I failed it."
Well, that's not it. It's like the reason why they have to like feel like they need to come by and apologize because of all this toxic Twitter culture. That's always like,
well, I mean, wait. Hold on. If I paid money for the game and it was terrible, and it like is the consensus is like, no, this game is bad.
Well, it's not as hard. It's not as easy as you think.
Well, it's a lot easier to give apology out than give out refunds.
No, hard to get a refund from Sony from the Cyberpunk.
I've done it a few times.
Fight for them to get my fucking
Really?
refund.
I've done it a lot. I've never had any significant
you
issue.
should have known going in. Anyone buying this game.
Shut your mouth.
Come on.
Shut your fucking mouth.
A Lord of the Rings game about Gollum?
This got a Game Awards,
you
right?
gotta be kidding me. We all knew this game was gonna be bad.
Who is we?
Everybody.
You speak English and we?
Anybody with a working brain. Anybody with a working brain would have known this game was not gonna come out bad.
It's a thing. Like that's the kind of cynicism that makes me fucking want to punch a wall.
No, dude.
Because the game could be good.
No, it couldn't.
It could be good.
It could have got Game of the Year.
It's an interesting character.
I would lose all faith in gaming.
Gollum is an interesting character.
Overwatch got Game of the Year. Yeah. They beat Uncharted 5.
Well, we all know why Overwatch won.
Yeah, me too. We won't talk about that.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Oh, really?
No, Brian's missing something.
Yeah, I hear you.
Overwatch? Come on now. They ain't playing the game. But it's going to win Game of the Year.
Jesus Christ.
It won for different reasons. A different type of gameplay.
Jesus, relax. No, but that's the kind of shit that like annoys me. So he's looking up Overwatch.
He's looking up fucking Gollum over here. He's like staring at his head.
Because it's like a prequel.
It's
like before Gollum was like, it's like between corruption. It could have been a fun, interesting story game for the people that really love the Lord of the Rings franchise. It had an audience. And it sucks that it's bad.
What is like a 2D, 2.5D platformer?
Yeah, I don't know.
The platforming was like even bad.
Yeah. But if we're being honest, why are games like this often bad? It's because the publishers push these developers to work in extreme timelines.
And it marketed itself as a AAA game, which was always confusing. I'm like, this is a game at all.
A game, bullshit marketing terms.
I agree.
Bullshit marketing
But that's how
terms.
it was presented at E3 when it was like, this is a AAA. I'm like,
Jeff
what?
Keighley. I'm proud to announce, guys. I'm so hyped to show this to you.
This is exactly. We are very excited for this world premiere of Lord of the Rings Gollum.
World premiere.
And then it's just like, and he like jumps on a wall and that's it. And I'm like, God.
Yeah, it's for people. It could have been an interesting experience. It's sad that it's not.
It's not just like a performance issue bad game. It's just
it's like the game is bad.
The game design
the
game format is bad.
This quote is like GameSpot mentioning they experienced 120 crashes and then 11 an 11-hour playthrough on PS5. One crash every 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's not just bad gameplay. It's just
a bad game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
It was rushed.
I wish I knew what the gameplay looked like.
I watched it.
It got announced at the Game Awards, right?
I don't remember. I remember it was at like E3 or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm not upset that they're making a Lord of the Rings Gollum. Not that I expect it to be bad, but I am upset when like people force developers to like apologize because of the way that they're talking about a game. That annoys me. It's like, oh, they made a bad game. Fine.
Well, it's like they're obligated to respond. To their community. Yeah, the community.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't believe in that.
I'm
well,
mixed.
you don't want it in bad faith.
I don't want to be in bad faith.
Stop pre-ordering fucking games.
Yeah.
Wait till it comes out.
But hey, I get like a special little item that I pre-ordered today.
That's what they want you to get.
I know.
It's
They
useless as
dangle
fuck.
in the fucking banana in
I
front
hate
of
when
me.
these games do like digital soundtracks for pre-orders.
I hate
What
that.
the fuck is that? I can go to
Yeah,
YouTube.
stop giving me a fucking digital sound.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not listening to this on my PlayStation. I can tell you that.
No, I don't even support that anymore.
Anyway,
But yeah, start pre-ordering games. Wait for reviews if you fucking patient enough.
But all of this shit, what we're talking about right now, it all leads into this whole
Naughty Dog thing.
Well, the Naughty Dog thing, and then like just like Jedi Fallen Order, just games releasing in bad shape, and I think that's why this showcase suffered. Is I think a lot of these games are just not ready.
Side topic though, I like having something in my face while I'm talking. I feel like very professional this way.
Yeah.
Get a
What do you
topic.
think?
Bring this
Yeah.
over.
Well, look at me and Bryan.
Look at
This
me,
is how we do it every year.
Right, bring this every week so I can use.
All right, I can. But that's what I tell him every week, guys.
I
I tell him
important.
every week to buy a tablet or buy
Smell like
something.
broken
And
hair.
we've been how long?
I can buy one. I just never think about it.
Because it bothers me when you look at the phone to look at the dog.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like, God, it's like
I got a laptop looking at my fucking phone.
it looks bad.
Anyway, I think that what you're saying is right. Like a lot of games have come out, and I think that that's what we didn't see a lot of like first party Sony interactive games because they're just not ready. They're just not at a point where they're ready to be shown. And instead of being transparent about that, they put on a mediocre show.
And I get that they wanted to do a showcase because it's been 2 years, but Jesus Christ, that could have been a state of play, and they could have just shown Spider-Man, and people would have been fine with it. I think. They could have just shown Project Q, and they could have shown Spider-Man, and then
like in the indie titles that are there, and it would have been
a couple. Yeah, it could have just been a strong state of play. That would have been a good state of play. But no, you wanted to fly to the sun, Icarus.
Well, that's the thing. But like, think about the pressure that they're in as a company when everybody on fucking Twitter and social media are like pressuring them to put on these grandstanding shows and give some news.
Well, Sony already
the dates
they established shows as that way. They're the hype shows. When
Yeah,
E3 happens, we're looking forward to them. They didn't deliver, and plus,
they didn't deliver.
Like a 2-year wait, and not saying literally anything, Bryan. Last year, we got some expectation for you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I totally get it. I totally get where like people's expectations were. I totally get why. I don't get excited about shit like this anymore. I don't have expectations about shit like this. I'm used to these things being bad. I'm used to these things not being as engaging as we want them to be. Because the truth of the matter is, we're no longer the main target
Don't
audience.
say that. That's not true.
We're no longer the main target audience.
We are. We're
No, we're
talking
not.
about it.
We're talking about it.
That's what we do.
These games or the games that are coming out recently have stopped targeting us.
Last of Us start targeting us.
They stopped targeting
Final
us.
Fantasy 16 stopped targeting me.
Yeah.
God of War start targeting us. That is not true. I
we
disagree.
are into those games. We are an audience for those games. So we are by no means the main demographic for gaming anymore.
I would say we're not.
We're not over
audience.
35.
Huh?
We're about to be.
It's like 18.
I think he's saying like
18 to 35.
Hardcore fans are always the minority when it comes to anything. It's the general audience that make these games sell and all that shit. So, are you talking about like that way? Like,
I'm talking about like we are like really enthusiastic gamers. Gaming is no longer marketed towards the really enthusiastic gamers.
So, why do these publishers come out with these stupid statements? Then, who are they talking to?
They're talking to the people that are giving them shit on Twitter.
Us.
No, it's not us. It's not you and I.
Let me tell you.
Average
Wait.
Joe
Here's my point though. He. This is why I think, and you guys can fight me on this if you want. But here's my theory on like why Sony did this.
What?
Sony did this showcase because they thought, and I genuinely think Jim Ryan was like, yeah, we can absolutely. People are going to eat this shit up because
he's claiming he was so excited to show these fucking games.
Because you know why? Because Xbox. What have they been fucking doing?
Yeah,
they've done nothing but fumble, and this is why I want Xbox to. You know what? Fuck it. I want them to get the. I want them to get Activision Blizzard because Xbox. No, listen to what I need to say because Xbox needs fucking something. Xbox needs a W because this is what's gonna happen if Xbox can't get off their own ass. If Xbox can't show them any competition,
I can't believe you said it's right in front beside of me.
If Xbox cannot show them any competition, then Sony is going to get fucking lazy.
No,
Sony's not being lazy. Sony is just
don't have a threat against
facing development challenges.
That's
what I
why,
think is going on.
but that's why they thought that they could pass this showcase off. The state of play, they could pass the state of play off as a showcase.
This is
because
entirely...
they feel like they don't need to try that fucking hard.
No,
they think that we're just gonna eat gruel like it's a 5-star meal.
You're fine. Relax. This is brought on entirely because of the huge amount of pressure to get updates on stuff that isn't ready. That is exactly what this is.
The showcase?
Not the showcase, like the culture, the pressure that they feel, that gaming companies feel to like give us updates, even when the updates are like mediocre, and give us like shows like these, is entirely born out of the media pressure for them to fill the airwaves.
You're both right.
Yeah.
Not
I agree with
Activision
Crockett.
shit.
I agree with you too.
But, like,
not on the lazy thing.
No. But,
I don't think they're lazy. But I do agree with you that we need more competition for Sony.
Let's dial back a bit. The Activision thing. That deal pisses me off.
Yeah,
I completely disagree.
No, wait, hang on. I'm tired of hearing about you.
No,
because you
explain it. Let me hear it.
Yeah, you will.
How much time we got left? I'm about to end this making
got 10
ready.
minutes.
You said months ago
What'd
on
I
the
say?
podcast, you're like, I'm sick of talking about this deal. I'm not talking about it anymore. It's like every week you talk about it.
I don't talk about it every week.
You talk about this fucking deal every week.
I don't.
You do. And you said you're going to stop talking about it.
Because it's in my fucking face. But I'm going to go back though.
Yeah.
You see Nintendo and fucking PlayStation.
Yeah.
Since their career, built themselves up to what they are now.
Yeah.
Both of those fucking publishers are successful as fuck. Because they established themselves by making their own games.
Right.
Xbox can do the same goddamn thing. In fact, they're the richest compared to all of them. Hold on, I'm still talking. Let me finish this shit.
All right, go ahead.
Because that argument literally pisses me off. I hate this deal. Because it literally changed the course of what this the game industry is. Everyone's now fighting who to fucking acquire now.
Instead of making their own
And making their own game. Because Xbox literally did something no one thought of the possible. They acquired Activision.
Yeah.
Bethesda, okay. But they're not fucking Activision.
Yeah.
That's Call of Duty, Overwatch, Blizzard games, where the fuck they are.
Candy Crush.
Warcraft. Yes, major
fucking
IPs.
Candy Crush. Candy Crush is crazy,
You mean to tell
dude.
me these fucking guys can't do what PlayStation and Nintendo did? So PlayStation history, I know more with PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation fucking guy. The studios they have now are of relationships from the past.
Yeah.
And Insomniac is a good example. For the longest time, people thought Insomniac was first party.
Yeah.
No, they were second party. They started with Spyro trilogy.
Yeah. The remaster?
Yeah, no, the
original?
PS1 games.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. I didn't know that.
So over time, they made a relationship. Spyro, fucking Ratchet and Clank, and it continued in Resistance.
Yeah.
And it was into a Spider-Man. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's just be a first party. Because we always work the fucking together. We have a relationship together. Why not be the first party? They established, they create relationships going for organic. You heard the term organic
But that
growth?
doesn't make any, I mean,
Yes,
it
it
doesn't
does.
matter. What does it matter?
Because you don't take something that's already been established third party because you fucking suck. You make your own shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they have a studio, they acquire that studio, and then, time goes by, they release it, and now that's just Xbox releasing a game.
What are you saying?
No. So the energy is entirely different. So like economically,
It's like
sure, it
bad
makes sense.
faith. Like,
No, well, it ruins kind of like the flow of money into the gaming industry because like PlayStation and Insomniac build a relationship
They
over
build a relationship.
decades.
let me tell you exactly what Sony does. They gobble
Don't
up
say
small-
exactly.
No, this
Don't
is
say
what they do.
exactly.
They gobble up smaller studios. They seek out talent out of those studios, and then they create a studio within PlayStation.
That's not a bad thing though.
That's not.
But that, I mean,
studio and
but that's
publisher
what
are
Xbox
different.
is doing. They're
No,
just
no, no.
sucking up
No.
a talent.
Xbox
And you can and like what they can do is they can disform some of those studios, remake an entire new studio, and then it's not. But it doesn't matter. It's just like
It does matter because literally, what's the point? Like, my argument is Nintendo and PlayStation. They again established themselves throughout the fucking years who they are.
Yeah.
That's why they're so successful. That's why people care about them the most because they put their talent into it. Xbox is literally taking this and it's mine now at the auto studio.
But once they release a game under the Xbox title, then it's an Xbox game, and and then they release another game.
legally, sure. Sure. But what Xbox is doing is they're saying we can develop our own studio. We can develop our games and be successful. I'm going to grab this already successful company, make it exclusive to our console for X amount of time so that we can make money after we can make ROI on that company.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
but that's
that
what
they're
Xbox
That's
is
what
doing.
they're doing.
but like they're not taking Okay, so you can no, so that all right. There I can understand because if they're going to take Call of Duty, right? And I don't think they would do this, but if they take Call of Duty, a known franchise like that, and then they start making it Xbox exclusive, no, that is terrible.
That's why.
That is
But
bad.
that's what they want to do.
But
Thank you,
what I'm defending is they start releasing, and this is what they would do. They would just take that studio and just make entirely new IP. When they start making new IPs, then it's under Xbox. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Xbox isn't buying studios. Xbox is buying publishers.
Publishers. There's a lot of studios. They
There's
have
a lot of studios
more
on their
publishers
hat.
studios than everyone now
Yeah.
combined.
As long as they're making new IPs, it does, I think it's fine.
But they're
fair
not.
game.
But they're not. That's the
why-
problem.
Yes, that's the thing. Is like you see ever since this deal going through, Microsoft is making these fake ass 10-year deals for the government, like CMA or FTC, all those fucking bullshit to agree with it. My argument is, and I think the CMA clarified, I'm like, thank you for understanding what they're doing. Like, after 10 years, Microsoft is obligated to change those contracts.
Yeah.
That means Call of Duty can be exclusive 10 years later. People say, why the fuck do they care about 10 years? Because that's the potential they can lead into. They're constantly lying to these people.
But are you going to really miss out on Call of Duty?
Call of Duty is not the
It
point I'm
doesn't
missing now.
matter if you're
We're
missing
taking
out
a
on it.
massive thing that's been established for like 20 plus years, third parties. Then you're gonna take that away so people can subscribe to Game Pass?
Yeah.
Because your
And-
own fucking games yourself, your own natural talent can't do enough.
And it puts the
That's
gaming
bullshit.
industry at risk of monopoly.
Yes. And then the entire conversation in gaming right now is who's acquiring who.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is this? Xbox started this shit. Acquisitions always exist, but when that publisher thing happened with Activision Xbox, it changed the landscape. Now everybody want to talk about what Sony buys Square Enix. I don't want that either. That affects Nintendo.
I wonder if someone buy Epic
Why?
Why?
because I want to see like an exclusive Fortnite. That'd be crazy.
That would be again that same as Activision Call of Duty thing. That would be like crazy.
Yeah, it would
so
be
people
insane.
want to buy Rockstar. Like, why you want to buy Rockstar?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. The only problem with this is that it encourages monopolizing the industry.
Yes, and no one-
monopolization of the industry is what causes an industry to
What
collapse.
I just want Xbox to have something.
I
Yeah,
don't
did
give a
work for it.
I don't give a shit. See, here's the thing. I'm surprised that people care about Xbox as a gaming brand right now because they have made it exceedingly clear that they are not a gaming brand anymore. They are a multimedia brand.
Yeah,
And
freaking.
I mean,
fuck
fucking
Phil
then
Spencer.
Sony is a movie studio then.
Well,
Sony is a movie studio
That
and
they-
a gaming brand.
Right.
And like an audio hardware brand. But Sony has divisions to handle all of those things. What I'm saying is that the Xbox brand shifted with the Xbox
Yeah.
One to being about multimedia, not exclusively about gaming.
It's more subscription based now.
And they ate shit because of that change. And now they're trying to reverse all of the damage of that by acquiring something that has a lot of money
What I
and
think-
risking monopoly.
But I mean,
in
like,
the
imagine
industry.
this though. Like Call of Duty, the brand new Call of Duty is coming out free day one.
I'm not buying a
Game
fucking
Pass.
Xbox
No,
to
but
play Call of Duty.
on Game
That's
Pass.
bad though.
But I mean, I think that is the angle they're trying to go for.
That is the
that
angle
would
they're
make
doing.
Game Pass sell like crazy.
That's the point of they
But that's
buying
what
it.
the point
Yeah.
that we're saying.
But you guys are saying exclusivity, like they're gonna make it
that's-
to only Xbox. Only.
That's what they want to do.
That's what it's going to lead into.
Yes, and no one's. It baffles me that people agreeing with this fucking deal. Like, what the fuck? You guys not see that through the fucking walls here? They're literally trying to get you to subscribe to Game Pass. They keep saying mobile for Game Pass. I mean, they keep saying they want Call of Duty for mobile reasons. I don't know what the fuck they mean about that. All you want them to people to subscribe to Game Pass because Call of Duty day one, which would mean a lot of fucking people
Yeah,
will go
subscribe to
over
Game
there.
Pass.
And that's not like what's the word?
You know who's really winning in all this is PC because all this shit is all coming to PC.
It's all
they're
in there.
all dipping their Sony and PlayStation or Sony and Microsoft are both dipping into PC.
I like Xbox's game app on my PC way more than I like any Xbox product.
Yeah, but
It
it's
just
like
works.
it's like I'm literally because I'm saying the shit go through. And I'm like, am I going crazy here?
Yeah.
Or am I not understanding here? Because
No.
people are like, yeah, that's happen. Let it happen.
We got to wrap up the show, so
fuck?
this may be a good topic for like another episode to talk about this. But I think that I see where you're coming from, and like if Xbox acquires a studio and they release the game
yeah,
with that studio's name, that's entirely different.
as long
than
as
what
it's new
they're
IP,
doing.
it's fine.
But that's the thing. There's no new IPs anymore. They're not coming out really all that much.
Who?
New IPs,
Xbox?
like anywhere,
Oh.
anywhere. New IPs are like a rare thing now, unless they're indie titles. So when Xbox is acquiring something like Activision or Blizzard, what they're doing is they're threatening with a monopoly. on the industry.
Well, I mean, like the Bethesda. Well, I guess no. Starfield was already in development.
It was in development. They canceled the PS5 version. Same with Redfall.
Yeah. And then, but what keeps happening
God
is that
missed a bullet there, though.
They really don't want Redfall.
well, part of the reason why it's bad is because they canceled the PS5 version.
No,
That
doesn't
no,
matter.
what the hell?
No,
No, this is bad.
From what Phil Spencer said from his own words, and
They just took their hands off the steering wheel with that one. They're like, just finish it.
No.
We trust you.
Phil Spencer literally confirmed it. He
What?
may twisted it, but he confirmed they're just literally acquiring things. They're not doing management behind it.
Yeah.
That's how Redfall. How do you let Redfall, a first party studio, get like that?
Yeah, it's bad. It's
He
bad.
didn't. He claimed he basically watched Xbox Game Cast on Kind of Funny. That's when all this.
No,
news
I did
dropped.
watch it. I watched the
Yeah,
interview.
but he basically said he didn't overwatch it. They basically confirmed.
No, they took their hands off the steering wheel. They're like, just finish the game. Like we trust.
Proves a point. So you think Activision gonna do this shitty shit?
But like,
Continue
I
to
think
shitty shit
after Redfall, they're gonna definitely step
Yeah.
in now. They're definitely not gonna be like, no, you're gonna fucking, no, we're gonna watch out. We're gonna stand over you.
That's why all eyes on Starfield.
There is,
Yeah.
and Starfield looks bad. Everything I've seen of it looks
It's
so
a Bethesda
uninteresting.
game, but
Looks so
if
uninteresting.
one
It does- I
glitch
mean, it's-
happens, it's over for them.
Yeah.
Because they got
doesn't look
Microsoft
good.
funding it now too, so they are part of the development cycle now. So
The reason why the deal is so exhausting to talk about is because nobody is talking about how it's going to affect the industry in the long term.
they're ignoring it.
They're actively, willfully being ignorant about how it
Yes.
affects the rest of the industry.
I'm losing my mind
And
here.
I'm not a Sony guy, but I don't give a shit about any of these people. Like I play mostly on PC. I don't give a shit.
You win either way.
Yeah.
yeah, PC players just eating. Because because they both want to dip into that PC market.
We just gotta wait a little longer most of the time.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's not a matter of like I think that they're doing the bad move. They're like acquiring things and not like actively working on them. But it's just like Xbox as a brand has abandoned gaming and is now a multimedia company. And they should just own up to that or make efforts to go back into gaming.
They need to go
the
third
proper
party.
way.
Well, the whole reason we bring this up is just because
Sony's
now
quality.
it's the balls and Xbox Core. They're gonna have their own showcase, and this could be Xbox time to kind of flip the script a little bit. If they have a strong show, then I mean they're gonna be
I don't
they're gonna be
fucking
good
know.
sitting, but like
You know what's gonna happen? This is exactly. It's gonna be an okay show.
Yeah.
And then all the Xbox fans on Twitter are going to be like, that show was way better than Sony.
Exactly.
And then all the Sony guys on Twitter are going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? The Sony
Exactly.
showcase was way better than the Xbox showcase.
It wasn't better.
And then
no, I doubt it though,
Yeah,
because there's
yeah.
a lot of Sony fans like, no, you guys are right. This
No, no, no.
that was dog shit.
But they're not going to say that Xbox was better. You know, the ones that I'm talking
They
about
might.
on Twitter.
I mean,
No, they won't.
the
but I hear
Sony
Bryan.
ponies on Twitter? The fucking Sony
well, there was
cock riders?
Sony. I saw some Sony ponies like they're like that was a fucking bad show,
That's
and then
not
there
a
was
s-
Xbox dunking on them, and they were like, "You got me."
That's
Like,
not. I don't think. Got me. I think that it's going to be an exhausting conversation all year long because until people get the hangs of these new tools that we're having, this new games, this new technology that we have for
Been
gaming,
3 years, man.
everything's gonna kind of suck.
yeah, I
Everything's
mean,
gonna kind of suck.
well,
So hopefully it gets better. Hopefully
Plus, they have
Xbox.
dev kits prior to we even know these things exist.
Yeah.
So
So hopefully Xbox has a W in something that they're offering, but I don't want them to get the deal because the deal is it's fucking stupid.
honestly, the showcase doesn't matter. What matters right now is Starfield.
Yeah.
So,
Xbox is going to get something good with Starfield, but Xbox as just like they can get people back on their side, but it's going to take a lot of work.
a lot of fucking work.
A lot of work.
And that's like people. I know I'm a PlayStation guy, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't like they spent like what 70 fucking billion on Activision.
Yeah.
Take that fucking money, make studios your own.
Yeah.
It ain't hard.
find
recruit
talent.
people,
They gotta
find
find
talent.
talent.
That's what's like. I'm like,
Make
why?
us-
Yes.
I guess,
that's it. I
well,
would not argue against that.
the
That's okay.
I get it. I get in a weird sense because like it's just time they're fighting against, and they're just like we got to speed this shit up.
They're Microsoft.
Because they don't have like you. All right, you have to go through the year of like acquiring
do-
talent, find a talent, build a studio, and
Xbox
then
could
develop a 6-year game.
Yeah. Xbox could skip 2 generations and come out with like generation 12 with their dick swinging and they'd be fine.
They're
That'd
not
be fine.
losing money. I don't know why people act like Xbox is like this sore loser. They're rich as fuck.
Yeah,
They can
that's
make
why
their
they
own
can. That's
talent.
why they can throw money at this.
Yes.
But they throw money at the wrong things.
Yeah, it's the wrong
Throw
thing.
money at the wrong things.
Xbox buying Activision. There's like they look at Sony like it smells like broken here, huh?
Yeah.
And then Sony's like, yeah,
No,
but we
that's what
got
it is.
Spider-Man, you fucking pussy.
They, you know, Xbox denied Spider-Man years back.
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah, I
came
saw
to
that
them
too.
like, hey, can we make Spider-Man? They didn't know.
No. Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Who wants to do that?
They lost a lot
Pushed
of
him.
fucking money.
Get away, yeah.
Yeah.
Dork.
Anyway, all that to say, I think gaming is in an interesting headspace. This last
it's a
couple of
mess.
years, it's exhausting, it's
a mess.
messy,
Where
it's
they've
buggy,
dude,
it's
just give
glitchy.
me the games, dude. Just give me the games.
But the thing is, we're not gonna get that because gamers are no longer the target audience for
Oh.
games. So you understand this?
Say that
Do
again.
you understand
Go
what
back.
I'm saying?
You say gamers are not the target.
They're not
for-
the target audience for games anymore. We're not being marketed.
That's a buzzword.
They're not being
are you
marketed
talking
towards us.
about?
They're being marketed
What are we
towards.
talking about?
They're
here?
being marketed towards people that would play a game for 6 months as a service and then get a whole new brand of audience. And then those people play the game for
You're
6
talking
months
about
to 12
the
years.
FIFA players. You're talking
Yeah,
about the,
it's
the
like the
2K
casual
players.
people. People like us
don't
that
wanna see
enjoy
it.
single player experiences. People that enjoy. What'd you say, Todd?
Nothing. Get over me.
You're talking 2K players, huh?
Yeah, people that enjoy gaming as like an art form and as a medium are not the priority anymore. They just want to get people's hands in people's controllers for 6 to 12 months and then rotate the audience.
That's why
what-
Sony's getting that dumbass gas.
Yeah.
market.
Are you, I think Fortnite has been nothing but cancer then.
Fortnite is, and
It's
the thing
probably
is that
Fortnite was
Fortnite's a
probably
great
not
game.
good, but probably not good
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
the overall landscape.
And it sucks because Fortnite's a phenomenal game. I played it
Yeah.
the other day and I was cooking some kids.
I can't. Get
It was
into
awesome.
I respect the creativity of it.
I really think there might just be bots in those games because I got on there too once after not playing for like 6 years, and I was like, I smoked all of them. I'm like, why was
The
this
first
so
match
easy?
is definitely giving to you to some degree.
It's
but
giving
so
bots.
Fortnite's a good game, and it just sucks that it turned the industry in such a weird head turn.
It gave mush brain.
Yeah.
It's funny, like seeing this Naughty Dog announce a single player game. I'm like, I don't give a shit about factions anymore.
I don't care.
Yeah, I want a single player game.
I stopped caring like a year ago.
Please, Uncharted 5.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it for today's show. It was a very passionate show, quite a long show.
Very good show, really.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a lot
So-
to say about.
This
Sleep.
stupid industry.
Really, we should just have a whole conversation about the gaming.
Jim Bryan, let
landscape
me
in
interview
general.
you. You listen to this. Let me interview
Yeah,
you.
fucking
Kids
come-
outside.
pull
He's
up.
eating his
Email
beans,
me right
beans
now.
and toast right now. He's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, Octavian."
The Queen's passed away. Or whatever.
Charles is in charge now.
He's British, right?
Yeah, he's English.
English. But the game.
You can look at his face and you can tell he's English.
He looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, he does look like Gordon.
I thought it was Gordon Ramsay at first.
He looks like a
He showed
white
up
piece
in
of
the-
brick.
Jesus Christ.
His face got a lot of like hard edges to it for some reason.
That's so funny.
I could grate cheese off his face for real.
God damn.
Listen, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. We appreciate it. Long episode after missing a week. So-
Good night, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day.
yeah, take it easy. Follow us on Twitter, Discord,
Good morning, my
Instagram,
love.
the whole bit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Darling,
Darling.
did you,
You know what I'm talking about?
did you enjoy,
morning, my love.
did you enjoy the showcase, darling? I didn't, because you're a fucking twat.
Fucking British people.
I love it.
Damn redcoats, I swear,
But you
dude.
saw that video on TikTok, Twitter, where this Asian dude got his hand cut off by katana?
No.
What the fuck are you talking
He was
about?
streaming like on TikTok or whatever.
All right, guys, welcome to the after show.
A guy with like a
hand.
hold on. A guy with a katana came in and just fucking sliced his hand off.
Yeah, you see. as
That's
he
an
runs-
assault.
Yeah, and the hand flies like that.
What the fuck?
it's-
Where?
I gotta find this
Twitter.
shit.
Show me.
It's on Twitter.
I need to see that.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked
What?
up.
So is
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the show.
no?
Have a
This is
good
the
one.
after show.
Oh, we can do after.
This is this is for Patreons only.
All right, bet.
This is where we just be wild as hell. This is where we just talk about
That's where I
nothing.
really gotta pull out the blade tool.
My back hurt, dude.
You make me sweat.
Yeah, for carrying me so.
Maybe I put these boys to work.